out, Jay.
Yeah. They just want to cry. It feels so much better. It feels so much better to focus on poor me. If like, and it's crazy.
How dare you not care for what I care for? That's how stupid this is getting. How dare you not care? So if you have someone in another country, I don't care if it's Germany, I don't care what it is. Can you imagine? They're just like calling people in America. Hey, did you know about this bad thing that's happening out here in Germany? No. Well, do you watch TV? How do you not know? I'm sorry, I have my own thing. So everything's about you. You can manipulate people to do anything. Because if they're all in their feelings, then that's all you have to do is use their feelings against themselves. That's all you have to do. You just tell them, how dare you not care about what we're going through over here? And there are people stupid enough that would say, you know what, you're right. I wish I would have known. I'm sorry. What is the organization called? I'm going to send money today. And like, you're in America, for God's sakes. And you don't care about nothing that's going on in America. But these people in Germany somehow got a hold of you and ask if you care about what's going on in Germany. That's how crazy this is getting.
I was having a conversation yesterday, and one of the ladies I was talking to, she was like, how dare you not care? How could you not care about Palestine? And they always say this, this drives me crazy. They say the women and children, also men's lives don't matter. What about innocent men that are over there that have nothing to do with nothing, that are losing their lives?
Well, again, when you say women and children, you're poking at the feelings. That's it.
Yeah,
that's it. That's why I go over. That's why. Well, I'll just put it this way. That's why I go over harnessing your emotions. You're not supposed to let people tug on your emotions, like if somehow they're in control. Once you're in control of your own emotions, you can actually start thinking clearly. But if you don't know how to control them, that means anybody can use them. And I say this all the time. That's why black community in its majority, high majority, and like probably the 75 percentile, if not more, fall for every tear-jerker thing that people throw at them. Why do you think the Democrats always put like why do you think they always put black entertainers every time it's election time? They put black entertainers on the stage. So they just pay the black entertainer to come. Why? Because the black entertainer knows how to relate to the black people. So it's like, hey, get all the black people in row. That's crazy, bro. Hey, get all the black people lined up. Here, Beyonce, I got you, boo. And she goes out there. Hey, hold on. She don't go out there and preach. She goes out there and twerks her butt. And all the black people in their feelings are like, wow, Beyonce's so pretty. Who invited him? Joe Biden. I'm just going to vote for him. That's it. That's all you got to do. Lord have mercy, man. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, and it goes for all cultures, by the way, because even
it does, but I'm using that one. I'm just using that one culture because we understand here in America how they use it.
A recent event would be like the Canelo fight. Canelo is very smart. These guys are smart. What do you think? They had a whole like Mexican concert. For what? To hype up their people to go for who? For Canelo. 90% of the people in there, I would say 90, maybe 80, to be generous, were all Americans.
Yeah.
But you're going for the Mexican guy.
Yeah, not me. Not me. Not me. Now listen, I don't watch boxing. As soon as I found out, I don't know, I might have been in my later teens, but I found out that boxing's really a sport. That's all it is. It's a sport. That's not how people really fight. You fight somebody for real, Bubba, I'm not sitting there just one at a time. That'd be like us going in firefights like if we're still in the 1700s with freaking muskets. I'm not going to sit there and be like, ready, aim, and then fire. And then I'm like, okay, your turn. You know what? If that's the case, I might as well just stop. You know what? No more Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. No more real fighting skills. I'm just going to go to that new thing, that slap fight. They just slap the tar out of each other.
Yeah, that's stupid.
I'm just going to go do that. You know what? I'm going to slap you and you slap me back. That's all boxing is. But again, it is a sport. So you can get good at it. But if I was ever fighting someone in real life, and I'm talking about this is a life or death fight, and and let's say my legs are hurting, something happened in the fight, all I could do is stand up. I can't even go to the ground. Everything's bad. And the person's really good at boxing. He's about to get a mouthful of rocks. I'm not going to sit there and box. Am I stupid or something? I'm going to go grab a log, and it's about to be broken over a part of him somewhere. So that's not a real a real way to fight. And it's like, it's an honorable way. Okay, here we go again. Let's go back to muskets, taking the knee. I shoot you, you shoot me. This is stupid.
Hey, tried you eye gouge him. You eye gouge him. He's like, hey, that's cheating, bro.
That's cheap. My fingers are going in your eyeballs, and you can cry about it with your, well, I want to box. Put them up. Get out of here. Whenever someone learns what real fighting is really about, it's not about one thing no more. You're not just boxing or wrestling. You're not just doing that anymore. Now it's a whole sequence of things that you're throwing in there. It's more the Bruce Lee way of thinking, but no, I'm listening to you. I just think it's silly that and it's just it's in every country. It's in every country. You don't feel bad, and they use women and children. And why do you think at war, certain cowards, they grab women and children and hide behind them because they're trying to use the emotion of the soldier.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's a scene in I don't know if you've seen the movie or not, but there's a scene within American Sniper where you see that happened in real life to him, where this kid came out and he's like, he doesn't really want to do what he has to do because it's a kid, but as soon as he sees through the scope that the kid is pulling out this massive thing from under his dress, he has to do what he has to do.
Yeah. No, trust me. I've been there, done that, man. It's not an easy thing, but I'll tell you one time, and I'll say this real quick. There was something that went down, and let's just say there was a bunch of houses that were being searched, a lot, and I happened to be on the outer, more to the outer cordon. And we got to this last house. It was in a corner. It was dark. I mean, it's probably 2:00 in the morning. There was a light on in the street. There was a light on, like in the front area of this house. And we make entry. We get in there. And there's a bunch of stuff I want to point at that led to this. But once the pew pew started, there was a person that was holding what looked like a baby, because a guy can dress himself up to look like he's carrying a baby, right?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
It ain't hard. And, but we've already been through this so many times, and I'm not laughing. Listen, if anybody thinks I'm laughing at the scenario, you just swipe, please leave. I can laugh now at certain things that happen. It was not funny then. So you're hearing this story for the first time. You're like, well, that's not funny. It is now. That's a period. It's funny now. It was not funny then. And so I've seen those fake videos. What fake videos?
I know though. That's a nice guy.
What fake videos you talking about, dude?
With the Palestinians carrying the fake babies.
What do you mean fake? What do you mean fake videos?
Well, not the fake videos. They made like little dummies and dolls.
Oof.
Do what now? I don't get what you're saying.
They made
propaganda. Visual propaganda.
Oh no, I seen it in real life. It wasn't propaganda.
No, he's saying that he's seen those videos of the stuff that you're talking about. That is, it's not real. Like they have fake babies and stuff.
My bad. Oh, my bad. He said fake videos. I was like, I didn't know. Okay,
he's saying like fake videos, like of the people doing the fake stuff.
Yeah. And so, bro, this whole thing has been going on maybe for a minute or two, and I know it doesn't seem long, and I'm not going to go through there. But if you're in a pew pew situation for a minute or two, that's a bad situation. It was bad. Anyhow, and I hear a Samoan guy, I think it was Palatini, and he's yelling my name, and he's like, hey, there's somebody, he said, there's somebody coming over here. We've been through this in real life so many times, but you know, when you have a sergeant, you want to make sure that you're doing the right thing. So, and I know he's, you know, he knew to do the right thing. It's just in the time, boy, you just got, anyway. So he's like, hey, you know, and I'm feeling people slapping me in the back of the head, like, you know, and I'm treating someone, and I look up and I'm like, what? He's like, somebody's coming. And I look, and it is a tall human, and it looks like carrying, and you know, a lot of times what they would do is whatever they're holding, they would wrap it and then like over their shoulder out there, right? Their whole shoulder, like the whole thing's covered, and they're running right towards us. And it does happen where it's actually a woman carrying her baby, and she's like, hey, like, don't pew pew us. But guys, their own people have hurt them with that, and it's actually a dude carrying a kaboom boom, and none of y'all make it. It's like, and there's a bunch of us right there, and I was like, oh no, that not with me right here. And I just, when he said someone's coming, I looked and I saw what it was, and I stood up. I stood all the way up. I was, well, that don't matter, but I stood all the way up, and I said, I'm not going to say exactly what I said, but I was like, hey, that person needs to leave. And so he did what he had to do, and the person turned around, takes off running, and they're like, well, what if it really was yeah, you're right. This is war. You explain this to someone that doesn't understand war, they're like, well, that was inhumane. I was like, well, would it have been inhumane if it was a male carrying a big boom, and then all 15 or 12, yeah, there might have been 18, 12 to 18 people that were there. And if that was a 155, okay, 155 millimeter, all 15 would have went kaboom. Well, that would have been inhumane. I would rather instill fear on a person than there be a lot of kaboom taking place. So, you know, and there was times where, you know, that you're, you know, pew-pewing some warning shots, and they don't care, and they run towards you anyway. And then they're no longer warning shots, you know, and most of the time the boom happens way over there, you know. But I don't even remember why we got on that, and I tried to hurry up. It's just, sometimes it's just hard. What the heck are we talking about? Why'd I go there?
Because they manipulate your emotions. You're not supposed to.
Okay, thank you. Right,
like a string.
Right. Yeah. So they're like, hey, if I just dress up like a woman carrying a baby, they're not going to do nothing. And then they get close and they bum, and they're like, This happens to people every day. They just pull, tug on your emotions, and you make dumb decisions because you still haven't learned that your emotions, that you don't use those are not supposed to run your life. And then you have to discern when to use them and when not to. You don't just use them whenever they tell you to. And you got people, you know, in their 30s and 40s, and they still have not learned that you don't use them whenever they tell you to. You choose the right time to use them. You're the adult. You have to say, this does seem like a proper time to utilize this emotion right here. This seems right. Not, I feel like I need to do it, and you just go with it, whatever it is. You know.
Brother, can I say something?
No. Oh, I mean, yes.
So you remember last Friday, you said come Monday and ask the same question that if you asked last Friday, and then I came.
Yeah, but
Monday.
you didn't. Yeah, but you didn't come Monday and ask.
I came, and then you were talking about football all day, and then
why didn't you say? Why didn't you say? Hey, I have a question. Why didn't you say excuse me?
I was waiting for you to
Why didn't you say excuse me? I have my question.
Okay, now excuse me. I have my question.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So I asked you last Friday. I told you I still don't understand the evil, like the evilness, okay, or Satan. And then
Okay.
you said like, God doesn't allow evil. I still don't know like what is evil. So I asked you, like, if God doesn't allow evil, for example, why when we pray for somebody to like
Ah,
receive
yeah.
healing?
Now I remember. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that was my
Okay.
question.
Okay. So, but what is the question? Because you actually are asking several. So, which specific question
It was
do you?
just like why God doesn't allow, like, how come God doesn't allow evil when there's like things happening, and then
All right.
brother master, my master, he said like
Oh my gosh. What happened?
Gosh, that dog.
She shushed, boy. She
She
shushed that
She
dog.
she
shushed
just
up
hissed
that
at that
dog
dog like
like
a
you
cat.
Dang.
don't do
My
Like a
that.
cat.
Lord.
She's like, you know what I'm
Meow.
saying? Like,
Hey, meow. Meow. How old are you, meow?
okay,
How old are you, meow? Meow. How old are you?
um I'm now 23 in October.
You need to hurry up and have a
I
kid.
said
I
I'm
think you're
23 in
ready.
October.
I think you're a kid. I think you're a kid. I think you're ready to have a kid, man. That shush, that's perfect. You're ready. You're ready.
She
That's
is
all. That's
no
it.
nonsense. Don't even let
Yeah.
out a yap.
That kid, hey, that kid ain't gonna be a year old.
Okay.
That's it. Harness your emotions. 1 year old. Hey, you got that going. That's good.
That's funny.
That's good, man. All right. Yeah. So basically,
Okay,
the question.
thank you.
Okay. So basically, the question is, why do bad things happen? Or are you
It's
saying,
not bad things happen.
okay, then all right. So then the
I
question
just want
is,
to understand, like, can I say my question? So I want to understand, okay, how God see evil, okay? Does he allow it? You said he doesn't allow it. Okay,
all right.
then
So you're
why,
okay. So that's the question.
like,
Does he allow evil? Does God allow it? That's the question, right?
exactly, thank you.
Okay. All right. And the reason why you're asking is because he's all powerful. So he has to be allowing it because he's all powerful, right? Huh?
Dog again.
You
What
ain't
did you
lying.
say? Sorry,
So, yeah,
no,
she
it
sure
was my
was.
Wi-Fi.
Okay. All right. So is it okay? So are you looking at the world and you're wondering, man, God can do anything. He's all powerful. Why is he allowing? He has to be allowing because he could stop it if he wants to, right? That's why you're asking?
Yes.
Dog's muting her. No,
No,
don't worry
it
about
wasn't
this.
my dog.
you
I
said
said,
exactly, Trot.
Let me find
I
out the
said,
dog is muting her mic. That's funny.
Somebody gets
Is
up
there
guys,
a
in
can
here.
you
lag?
hear me?
Is there a
Somebody gets up in
lag?
here.
Is
No.
Can
there
you
a
hear
lag?
me?
She has a lag. She's got bars.
Oh, okay. Meow, your internet. Oh, she done.
I got dropped twice off the phone too. It's weird.
Yeah. Huh. We'll see if she comes back.
Hey.
Are you there? Hey, you and Saba need to pay y'all's internet bill. Do we need to send y'all some coins or what? Usually your internet's good.
She's got 3 bars now.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Now, or I did. I don't know where you went.
Oh my God. Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Alex said that you and Saba y'all's internet needs to repent.
Oh.
Okay.
I don't know. This is not normal. Usually your
Oh.
internet's working. Your internet's usually working fine. Maybe it's.
God bless you.
What's up, man?
So when Saba used to go live almost every day, around the same time, every day, the internet would act up for her. And it's at that time now, 3 p.m.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Huh. Well, I wonder
Can
why.
you hear
What's up with
me?
that? Yeah, and then you get muted. Who's muting? Who's
She's
muting her?
Can
She's
you
muting
hear
herself.
me?
I'm muting myself because
Oh,
I'm scared like Lily is going to bark again. Okay. Can you hear
all
me?
right.
Because Meow's making
Yeah.
those. It's because Meow's making those videos about like the dog and like
Guys,
the
like
praying thing.
Meow.
While she's fixing that, you can't hear you. Her original question was like, why doesn't someone get healed? Remember, like if you pray for them, why
No,
don't they
I
just get healed?
know the questions that she's asking, but it's the root of her question is, and I simply I went over it this way just now. She literally just, so what she's asking is, it's like, okay, God's all powerful. No one tells God what to do. He's the great almighty. So he's not like in heaven and like these bad things are happening. He's like going, choo, 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 and he's trying to stop it and he can't. So she's like, well, then why is he allowing it? Which means he's not trying to stop it, because if he was trying to stop it, it would stop because he's God. So why is he allowing it? Or if he's not allowing it, well, explain. So that's the root. And she's using healing as an example of what she's trying to say. But the root of her question is, why does God allow these bad things to happen? And if he's not allowing it, then what's the issue? Why are these things happening? So, but I want her to be here if I go over it. And it don't look like she's going to be here. Yeah. I don't know.
Good thing we're gonna have it recorded.
Have what recorded?
Your answer.
Yeah, but the answer is not just based on giving an answer. Like while you're talking to someone, there's questions you need to ask to see what is stopping them from seeing this or that. And so if she's not here, I can't do any of that. So it's not about just going over the answer. Although I could, but hold on a second.
What happened? Is anybody there?
He said 1 second.
Oh, okay. Oh, here comes Meow again. Let's see.
okay.
Oh, never mind.
Can you
Now,
hear
you
me
good
now?
or what? Yeah, we can hear you,
Yeah,
but are
I'm
you going to
good.
stay? All right. So that's pretty much your question. It's kind of like bad things happen. Why is God not stopping them? And, what's going on? Like that's, I don't think
I
I've,
want to understand, like, I think like my question is more about authority, because if God gave us authority and like we're using His like name to heal people and everything,
yeah.
okay? So like for example, like I'm healing somebody, and they're not like, I know we shouldn't judge like based on the physical like things, but like I'm just questioning not God, but like why these things happen.
Okay, why? What things happen specifically?
Like for example, like we use authority to heal somebody and they didn't get healed or anything, and yeah, they're still like living a miserable life. Why?
Why are still living a miserable life? All right, so
No,
first
not
let's
me.
okay.
Like for other
Yeah.
people. Yeah.
So first let's look at whose fault is it that we live in a fallen world? Is it God's fault?
No.
No. Okay, so was there a separation that took place after the fall?
Yes. Yes.
All right. So there's a separation now between man and God, and our job is to do the best we can to try to bring that relationship back to God, and God already made a way for us to do that through Christ. Right? Right? Oh, her internet acting up again. Yeah, well, is your internet acting up again or what?
It's all bro. You can't hear me anymore.
No, I can hear you, but you're just cutting in and out. So it's all right. Just stay right there. No, that's the problem. That's what we're going to talk. We're going to talk about harnessing your emotions. So you want to cry over nothing. All right. So let me ask you this, based on the Bible, right? So Meow, is it always God's will to heal?
I'm able to heal.
Is it always God's will to heal?
Do you say I'm able to heal?
No, God's will. God's will.
Yes.
It's always his will, or does sometimes he chooses not to heal somebody?
It's always his will.
It's always his will. And we know this, the Bible shows it. Anytime you see Jesus in the Bible, he's either walking to,
Don't even start.
he's either walking to or coming back from healing somebody. Anytime you see him moving around. He never once told someone in the Bible, I'm not going to heal you. That's not what he did. So it's always his will to heal. The problem is if someone has unbelief that a healing could take place, that's why somebody wouldn't get healed. Not because God doesn't want to heal them, it's because we have to do it. You understand? Okay, so why did God have to send a man? Why did he have to send a man, Jesus, into Israel to heal people? How come God just didn't heal them from heaven? Meow. Meow, we're going to have this conversation another day. It's not good.
Because there was separation.
Yeah, there was separation between God and man. So a man walked in this world, and he's the one that conducted the healing, right? Yeah, we're gonna have to do it another day. Her lag is killing it. It's bad. All right. She'll come up. Meow, just come up another day, or if we're still on in an hour or so, you can come up and we'll just kind of pick up where we left off. Really, we're just gonna have to start all over. All right. Let's see. Yeah, I got meow written down right here. I should have put the day. I didn't put the day, though. All right, well, let's hop on something. Let's hop on something. What y'all got?
How if in the time of Moses and Elijah and Job and all these people, well, I mean, maybe Job's not the best example. Moses, Elijah, Joshua, that all of these people being saved or like believing in God when they had a dead spirit in a body, all are unalived, how it is possible, because it would seem to be impossible for them to be able to have faith in God because they have a dead flesh and a dead spirit.
So is this a question or?
Yeah, how is it possible for a man to do those things?
What things?
Have faith in God when they have a dead spirit, and I mean, if you want to call it dead soul and dead body.
How is it possible for a man to have faith in God?
At that time, on the other side, that side of the cross, I'm saying, that side.
Yeah, because the Bible says faith come by hearing. That's how it comes. Meaning you don't already have it. You understand or no?
Hey, when you're done with Christian, can we talk about the 10 gates in Nehemiah chapter 3?
10 gates? Oh my God. Christian, you there? Or you having blackout problems like meow?
No, I'm here.
Okay, do you understand what I'm saying or not?
Yeah.
Right? So if the person's spirit is dead, that means they don't have faith, right?
That is correct, yes.
Right. So the Bible says faith come by hearing. So when Abraham heard God, he believed it. And that is faith, believing what God said. Because what God said is the word. And if you have the word, you have faith. Because Jesus is faith.
Maybe it's more of a question of a selection process at that point then.
Okay. Like what?
Because like why God would speak to Abraham, right? If Abraham had, like before Abraham heard from God, right? But God sees Abraham, tells him to leave his country, leave the country of his father, right? Like,
Okay.
what was the thing before that?
What do you mean?
Before he had the hearing, that
Uh-huh.
he would be able to be used by God.
Well, first
Because
off,
he's a dead spirit, dead soul, dead body.
Okay, so we're already going over the fact that, well, his soul's not dead. I don't know where you're getting the idea his soul's dead.
Oh, well, CJ said that the other day, and I was like, that doesn't sound right. So it doesn't matter. I didn't think the soul was dead, but I thought I was wrong. But that's my fault. Cancel that. That's why I didn't say it the first time around.
Yeah, the soul's not dead. The soul is the thing that God
on CJ, bro. That's crazy.
Throwing CJ under the bus, bro.
I'm not throwing CJ under the bus. It's fine. Come on.
No, you did. You have to admit that that's what you did. You can't lie and say you didn't do that.
You asked me where I got it from.
Yeah, you could have just said
to be like, ho.
Yeah, you could have just said, well, that's just what I'm seeing right now. You're like, oh, I'm gonna say CJ said it.
Right. You could have just said somebody mentioned this, but I don't know if I necessarily agree. But you had to say the man's name.
Yeah, he's like, CJ. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. It was CJ. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. Yeah.
Okay,
so
whatever. Go on.
All right. So the soul is the part that cries out for truth. The soul does. You understand? The soul cries out for truth.
Yeah, because it knows something's wrong. In between two dead things.
Right. And that's what God hears. And only someone with only someone with a contrite heart, meaning that that they understand there is something better, something is wrong, and they're coming into agreement with that. And when they come into agreement with that, God can speak to them because they're acknowledging that something is wrong. Then you have the other kind of people. They don't believe nothing's wrong. Everything should be just like it is, and that's blasphemy. But a man that notices something is wrong, the soul is noticing it, and God will speak. And now the man has an opportunity to listen. Okay? He has an opportunity to listen. But again, the Bible says faith come by hearing, and hearing by the word. So the soul is not unalived. The soul is eternal. It's alive. But the spirit of man died. And that is the connection between man and God. And that death is due to mankind listening to something that was opposite of the word. And so now the body of the man, the one that's in control, it died because it followed suit. It followed suit. So it died. But the soul is in a dead body, has a dead spirit, but it's an eternal being. So it's alive. Soul never died. The soul didn't die. The spirit did, but the soul had to reap the punishment of sin. It had the punishment for the sin is the soul was going to die. That's the whole point. That's why God offered his soul for our soul so it can live through eternity. That's why in Genesis it says, kicked them out of the garden so they didn't eat from the tree of life, because if they did, they'd live forever. Talking about their soul would live forever in a dead body with a dead spirit. Forever is what it's saying. Right? So
Yeah, fair enough.
yeah. So you'll hear people say things like, well, if Jesus was the tree of life, if he was the tree of life, how could he be dead and live forever? Because Jesus is a sustainer. Jesus will sustain you. The Bible makes that very clear. In the Old Testament, they ate the manna, and the manna sustained them until they got to the promised land. But it sustained them because he's the bread of life. He's the tree of life. So it'll keep you alive, but it wouldn't be in the way that God created man. So he offered his own soul. So how could a man who has dead body, dead spirit, how could he have faith in God? Well, because he didn't have faith. And the Bible says faith comes by hearing. So he heard the word of the Lord and he had faith, because faith come by hearing. That's what Paul tells us. And honestly, once you start getting mature in the word, you can see it all over the place. Like you don't have to keep getting reminded by Paul. Like you should know that this is a truth, that faith come by hearing. So when people ask these kind of questions, how's that possible? How could a man who had no faith, how could he get it? Because faith come by hearing. We're very simple, very simple answer to that. Dre, would you want to go over
the 10 gates within Nehemiah chapter 3? It was interesting because I think there's correlation there between obviously the gates that Jesus says he is, and also there has to be like, I mean, I know there's shadows there. I see some of them, but also just like even with the I thought about the city gates came to my mind. The door for the ark is also there. It's almost like a doorway to Eden as well, that was shut. So I see that. But before you move on, I think
what chapter is it?
Nehemiah chapter 3.
Oh,
but
yeah,
I think people have to remember too, like the spirit resides within the soul. And I think that's when people say the soul is dead. It's the part of the soul within the spirit within the soul that died, not the soul in and of itself.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you can say that the soul doesn't have life because the spirit is dead. Like you could say that. But if the soul was dead, we would drop to the ground. If the soul was, we would.
Yeah,
this
that's why.
body.
I think if within the Jewish words, we talked about this offline a little bit. Like within the Jewish words, within the soul, you have the neshama, the nefesh, and the ruach. And these three, it's kind of funny that there's three different things within the soul, which goes back to the threes and all the soul of God being like the ark, Noah's ark, which is 3 levels. So you see the 3 levels even within the human soul. And some say there's even 5, some say there's 7, but I know for sure I understand 3 of them. And that's where you see, and even within, not that this is a timeless Yeshua, but even within the rabbinic writings, they talk about the 3 parts of the soul and how when Adam sinned, there was a part of the soul that died. So that means like people say, how could your spirit die and you're still alive? Well, because there's a part of your soul, which is the spirit, that is now dead, but the life force of every human or every animal is still within the soul. Like there's still life there. That's why you're breathing and talking and rationalizing. But the rabbis say they believe like a little different, but for us, until you're born again, you can't be in full covenant with God again. That's the whole part. That the 3 parts that they say that when the 3 parts of the soul are united under God, you are in right standing with Hashem. Imagine that. They're actually affirming our doctrine without even realizing it. The problem is they don't know how to bring that part of their life that part of their soul to life. We figured it out. It's Yeshua. It's the Messiah. They're still waiting on this guy to do this. He already came.
Yeah, he's already came.
So this is why. But when we see that, it's actually interesting, and you start breaking that down. And I recommend anybody to go study the nefesh, the neshama, and the ruach, the 3 parts of the soul. Then you'll start seeing like, oh, that's why we say the soul is the decision maker, because within the soul, one of those 3, you have to figure it out, is the decision maker as well. One of those 3 is the spirit that Yeshua brings back to life. One of those 3 is also like the life force in general. So it's really interesting stuff actually when you start digging into that. But then you'll see like what Trot said, like, yeah, their spirit might be dead, quote unquote dead, but the soul still has an ability to hear God and say, I believe. And upon believing, it becomes faith for them in their actions in the Old Testament.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I recommend nobody ever reads the rest of the Bible until you can figure out spirit, soul, and body. If you can figure that out first, everything else will start lining up, because that was the one piece I will say that I did not understand. That I didn't even think about that. I used to live in the whole cycle of sin thing, like, oh, well, you're this, and you blame God or whatever the case may be. Even the question that Meow had, honestly, it goes back to spirit, soul, and body. When you start understanding spirit, soul, and body, it is the key foundational piece to understand what the heck is going on in the Bible. If you can't figure that part out, the whole rest of the Bible ain't gonna make no sense. You're just gonna see right, wrong, dead, alive, right, wrong, and you're not gonna really understand. That's where replacement theology comes as well. Because what the question that Christian asks is actually a very common question within church, within Christians. It's like, well, because they're making it seem like these people were wicked because they didn't have Jesus. Well, they were as righteous as they could be without Jesus. These are still people that had to hear the voice of God, adhere to it, listen to it, follow it, and it is counted to them as faith and righteousness. So you can't they wish they were us, but they still did their part of what the foundational, building on what we're at today. You can't just throw the baby out with the bathwater. It just doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, hold on, we do that quite a bit.
Hey, lay down.
And even when Trot talked about the Talmud, it actually makes sense. I never thought about that, but the Talmud is going to be the key for rabbinic Jews when in the future that's going to be their key to come back or to see Jesus. It's going to be that book. The more you read those books, the more you start realizing these things are all pointing back to Jesus. They just can't see it right now. But one day they will, and when they do, they're going to abhor themselves, and it's going to be through their own readings. It's the funny part. Their own books.
That's how, because I'm telling you, these people, the majority of them have a contrite heart. They're no different than Saul of Tarsus. They're no different than Paul. Now, obviously, there's going to be a lot of them that don't give a crap. But a lot of these people, they're doing the best that they know how based on passed down traditions, laws, parents telling them that, hey, there's a story about this man, Jesus, and, they start hating the rest of the world little by little because these kids grow up. Every few years, you have 20-something-year-old kids. Every year, 21. Every year, 22. Every year, 26. Every year, and they're going to go back to their parents. And they're like, why does everybody keep talking about this Jesus? And it's going to aggravate the heck out of their parents. And then before you know it, it's another 20 years. It's another 21, another 25, another 27. And they're going to go to their parents that never trusted this. And they just keep getting aggravated. Why are these people? They do not understand. They literally believe that this man lied about who he was. These disciples were just crazy people, and they fooled the whole world. The whole world believes that this man was somebody. The whole world. And to this day, they can't figure out of every truth, quote unquote, that people claim to have, this one is one for the history books. Like this one right here. But the thing is, they unalived him for things that he would say. And even the Jews said, you claim to be God. You are claiming to be God. That's, they hated this guy. And so for Jews of today to have their kids asking questions about Jesus, they don't even want to hear that name. They can't even stand the name. They don't even want to hear it. But again, it's no different than Saul of Tarsus. Saul of Tarsus, he hated what they were doing so much, he went and started unaliving them and throwing them in prison. So, but Paul used the scriptures to prove, not just to himself, he already understood Jesus then spoke with them, but he went to the scriptures to try to prove that God authored this, all of it. And he went to them and showed them, how can y'all not see this? And there's always a reason why they can't see it. There's always a reason. But again, it's the carnal mind. It's because they're not descaled, period. That's why the Bible describes the Leviathan as the king of all children of pride. And pride is going to be in the Jews. At the end of the end, the last pride left will be the Jews. It'll be them. That people that are picking up this Torah, not because God gave it to them, they're picking it up. Because you got to remember, all the people that claim to be Jews right now, a lot of them could be converts. When the Jews scattered across the world, we don't know how many kept that bloodline going. We don't know that. They could have talked to a bunch of people about God, and a whole bunch of people could have converted. Right now, it is very possible that in a high 90 percentile, if not more, all come from bloodline of Gentiles in Israel. It's very possible. Very, very much. I don't know how high the percentage would be, but
yeah, it's more likely than not very high. And that's the thing about Judaism is that you can't even ask somebody if they're a convert. Like, that's illegal. It's not possible to do that. Like, it kind of makes sense because there is no such thing as we don't know. Like, some people claim to have, like me, myself personally, I was on the verge of getting Israeli citizenship, and I said, I'm not going to do that because I will never be able to go to a Muslim country again and preach the gospel. So I was like, I don't need it. The American passport is good enough for me to go where I need to go. That passport is actually going to be a hindrance to me. But I can prove 5 generations back because you go to the synagogues and you say, hey, my dad's, all these guys were in there, and you could prove it that way. But even then, I can only go back 5 generations. There's who's to say that 6 generations, 7 generations ago, who came from what? We don't know. But it doesn't even matter because there's no such thing as converts. Technically, you're not supposed to call somebody a convert. That's number one. But number two, the biggest scholar in Jewish literature is Maimonides, the Rambam, and he is a convert. We know that he converted, and he is the biggest Jewish philosopher or writer. Most of the Talmud, a lot of the Talmud is written by him or compiled by him. So doesn't, it's the same thing. It's like saying you were like these what's funny, these dum-dums over here on some of these denominations, I'm gonna stop saying they're what they are, but they claim to be born Christian. Nobody's born Christian. It's not possible. And it's the same thing with Jews. They say they claim to be born Jewish, but really and truly you're not. Just because you got circumcised at 8 days doesn't make you necessarily a Jew. You still have to do Deuteronomy 30. You still have to choose this day who you will serve. You still have to pick, I place before you life and death, choose life. What God does promise, and this is this kind of goes into the Grit family now, is that if you are a man and a woman of God and you raise your children within the rules and regulations or like the love of God, then they 100% they have a leg up compared to other kids. There's no doubt about it. That child is going to have a better way, and you're supposed to make better generations as time goes on. So there is that, like to say that you were born Jewish and you understand all the high holy days and you read you got to read the Talmud not the Talmud, you have to read the Torah every year, and every 7 years you have to write it by hand. And so these things, that means that these laws and these things are being ingrained in you. So that gives you an advantage, some kind of morality. But at the end of the day, you still have to choose God. So nobody is born Christian like nobody can be born Jewish. And this is my opinion. Obviously, they would refute this. They would say, the Rambam saying if your mom is Jewish, then you're Jewish. That's hogwash. That's not even in the Torah. The Torah was by the Father to begin with. So
you're not born in anything. You're born
just American, okay?
That's right. You're born American. If you're not in America, then you need to get to America.
America.
But you, the guy that pewed Kirk, okay? It's crazy. It's so crazy how people started making videos. And Dre, did you see the video that I sent you? Nobody's responding to the video I sent.
I haven't done the research. I gotta find the guy.
No, I'm talking about not that.
There's more.
A few days ago, I sent a video of a person that's talking about how the guy that pewed Kirk, he's literally like, see guys, it wasn't a liberal, it was a MAGA supporter. You didn't see that video?
And they had like the fake shirt. They like altered his shirt or something like that.
No, there's not. This person's not showing no shirt or nothing.
Oh, I don't know. I gotta go back.
I remember what you're talking about. There's no
during football season. We're getting 150 messages an hour.
That's all right. I'm gonna send it. I'm gonna send it directly to your phone, okay? Because I sent it like 5 days ago, and I didn't see anybody respond to it. And I'm like, why is nobody responding to this? So this person is claiming it's like this person like found out breaking news, right? Because I'm going to guess this person's a liberal, okay? And they are getting tired of liberals going out and doing this nonsense. It's them. It's them doing all this. Martin Luther King was unalived by liberal. JFK, liberal. This Kirk, liberal. So why is this constant? And then a Democrat that voted against something and for something else, it was a woman, a liberal, unalived her because she did not vote in favor of the Democrats. Did y'all know that?
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that lady. I saw they were talking about that lady. You know what's funny? Maybe they're right. Maybe we should do more gun control, but it should be for the liberals only. Because they're
liberals can't
identify the party that you're a part of.
Are you talking about the one that the 2 Democrats that were unalived in their home? You heard about those? That was
the man in it. Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. Yeah, yeah. Well, anyway, the point is, A person makes this video and he's like, y'all need to right now. He's like, y'all need to repent. Y'all need to repent. And before it's too late, like this person made a video. I'm going to send it to you. And it's crazy what this person just started believing that the guy that pew-pewed Kirk, they just started believing that this was a MAGA supporter. You know why? Because he was born in a house of MAGA supporters. You're not born into that. You have to choose it. This kid had to choose to be a MAGA supporter. It doesn't matter if his parents are. I don't know. This is the dumbest thing. So if you're born into a Christian home and you go join some other religion, what are we supposed to say? Nope. You were born into a Christian home. You're a Christian. That's not how it works. And then you had the same thing. You were born into a Islamic believer house. Well, he's an Islamic believer, but then he went to go be a Christian. This is the same thing. Listen, the kids still, all the kids still have to grow up and choose what they're going to believe. This guy moved in with a trans person and lived there for over a year and was getting on Discords, and all they did was this kid got brainwashed in less than 2 years. So, which means he never
it's
chose.
Literally called a patsy. That's literally what a patsy is.
But he never chose nothing. He never made a choice. It doesn't matter if matter of fact, I mean, and again, forgive me if I'm wrong, but just looking at this whole thing, I wouldn't be surprised if he hated his dad. He started hating his own family because and he said he unalived the guy because he said he wanted to stop him from spreading his hate. So you unalive someone to stop hate? What the heck? This is how freaking off the rocker they got this dude. And this dude, the text message between him and his gay boyfriend or whatever is like crazy text messages. Crazy. So now what are we saying? Now it's proven he was radicalized, bro. He's living with the freaking, come on, man.
Well, yeah, but if you read those text trot, that a 23-year-old doesn't talk like that. I don't know. That was weird. But y'all didn't respond to that.
I had a guy. I mean, not me, but I listened to a man read them. So I don't know what you mean by a 23-year-old don't text like that. I don't know what you mean. What do you mean?
It's something. It's not written right. Oh, I was unable to get back to my vehicle. Like what? An American would say I couldn't get to my car. Like he's not old.
Not if your dad is a retired cop. You're going to use the word vehicle. I use the word vehicle all the time because of that. It has to be in your report.
Well, it wasn't just that. It's just like how it's read out. I don't know.
Well, let me just say,
it makes perfect sense. I mean, he's a 23-year-old that obviously wasn't very well educated. Like you want him to write like what, like Charlie Kirk, a man who ran 100 books a year.
Yeah,
the problem, Dre. It is like he's educated.
No, he's saying he's
full paragraphs.
He's saying that he's talking like he is educated. Listen, if his dad is a retired police officer, he made sure his kid didn't sound like a tard, bro. I have nothing wrong with what I read or listened to that guy read.
Okay.
It is normal. It is normal for you to be in a.
Too. Remember that there's no hood in Utah. Stuff is not. There's a different.
There's a proper. The dude was. Listen, the dude was raised proper, and he chose the opposite. So his parents are probably conservative Christians, and he started dating a gay dude or whatever, right? And his parents probably didn't. Whatever. He's transitioning from, cat to dog or
from a man
Transformers.
To a woman.
Whatever.
In disguise.
Whatever. The point is, the parents probably found out, and all he started hearing was what he's calling hate. Y'all are hating my girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever. Y'all are hating instead of, listen, the Bible will hold you accountable. And the truth is people don't want to be accountable, bro. The people don't want to be accountable. So when you tell someone, hey, this is not right, you shouldn't do that, because you're telling them what to do, it's hate. So because their own son chose to go live this lifestyle, I mean, and he lives there. He lives there.
He
and
took
we're
his
talking
Papa's rifle.
Yep. And let me say this. Hold on, let me say this. And when you have your gay buddy there giving you sexual things, it's going to override common sense. It's going to override. So mama and daddy ain't taking care of a certain need, but this thing is right here, and I got to go take care of Miss Thing. It's craziness.
Bad company corrupts good morals.
That's it. That's exactly what happened. So, but what the point is, hold on, let me say this last thing. The point is, the video before all this came out, like publicly, it was he's a MAGA supporter. Because remember, we're talking about you're not born in. You're not born into stuff. You still have to choose. Because Dre's talking about if you're born in a Jewish home or if you're born, you still got to make a choice. And it's true. And I'm bringing this up because this is what they're doing with this dude, that because he was born and raised in a MAGA supporting house, he was MAGA. No, he was not. Absolutely not. His parents were obviously trying to train him in that direction, but he didn't listen. He was not a good student, obviously. So he chose to get a trans boyfriend, girlfriend, and choose the rhetoric that was coming out of his mouth. Right? Dawn's, what'd you say? God doesn't care about your political affiliation. No, God doesn't care about political affiliation. He doesn't.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, and you know, this whole being born something, this is why Christians believe that you can lose your salvation. Because if you're born something, then you can lose it. Yeah, I don't know if you understand the correlation. You didn't make the choice. So if you didn't make a choice, then people act like you can lose it. Like they're doing Charlie Kirk's wife. Like, oh, she was baptized Catholic. That doesn't mean, you know how many people in the world are baptized Catholic? Millions and millions of people. Mostly everybody in Latin American countries are baptized in the Catholic Church. You still have to make a choice. So if you are born, quote unquote, Catholic or born, quote unquote, Christian, and you get baptized or presented in the church, then you don't serve God, they say, oh, look, he lost his salvation. No, he didn't. He never made the choice of salvation. He didn't lose nothing. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
You can't lose something like you didn't make the choice to lose it to begin with. Put it that way. And it's ridiculous. It really
is. I need to hurry up and send you that video. I'm telling you, I sent it, and literally,
I think it was taken down.
Well, Bill, I don't think you know.
Yeah, it could have been one. I know somebody posted something that was taken down.
No, it don't matter. It don't matter because I screen recorded it, so they can take it down all they want. I got it.
And Josh said,
Even
I
better.
made sure to keep those receipts.
No, I knew somebody. I knew that person. I knew that person could possibly take it down after what just came out.
Yeah.
Oh shoot! Because what?
I got receipts.
I got them all. I got them all. I don't want nobody start no crap. I got it. I don't care. Don't start nothing. And also, so what I said after I sent the video, because I'm gonna tell you one thing that you will see is the text I sent with that video. It's in the chat. It's in the derailed chat, the Taco derailed chat. It's in there, and you'll hear me say, "Hey, is this guy saying what I think he's saying? That Charlie Kirk lost his salvation?" This guy literally says that that it was a MAGA. It was a MAGA person that unalived him. It was a MAGA person, and Kirk lost his salvation. He goes, before y'all lose y'all need to repent. I'm like, what? You crazy, dude, crazy as heck.
You guys, the brother with a mustache.
No. Whoa, hold on. Whoa, Bill. Whoa, bro. I'm gonna send it again. Okay, let's not talk about who it could be, who it's not. I don't want to describe that here. Why do you think I'm describing the video the way that I am, Bill? I'm not getting into details. I'm just kind of telling you what's being said.
Well, I thought you was losing your mind.
Well, he is losing his mind.
No, I was joking about you.
No, man. No, I don't know. And that's why I sent it like 3 or 4 times and nobody responded to it. I'm
I
like,
didn't see it. I went the
no,
whole
it's
thing.
fine. Well,
Yeah.
what I'm saying
Big
is
Net said
not
he saw it.
do what?
Big Net said he saw it.
Okay. Oh, well, okay. Wow. One person. Listen, when I usually send a text, half of the people or more respond to it. And for some reason, this video, I feel like nobody, I'm like, how is nobody seeing this video? Yeah.
To it.
Uh,
The one where they were reading out his text. Is this the one we're still talking about?
no, I'm talking about a
Oh,
text that I sent to the derailed chat. It's only the guys.
I thought you were talking about the one that they read
Now, don't
off
get
the
me
guy's
wrong.
text.
Hey, don't get me wrong. I could have sent it to the Discord.
Sent it to the wrong place.
Oh no, because I triple 100,000 triple checked. I freaking Trinity checked that bad.
I'm watching the video right now. I'm like halfway through it. I'm watching.
Oh,
It. It's
okay.
in there. Yeah, because when you said
okay.
what you wrote with the text, I can search my text messages, and it pulled up the video from there. So I'm looking at it. Yeah.
It has to be derailed. No, it's not. I mean, it's crazy what this person is saying. But what you could tell is this person did not want it to be true. I can see it I can hear it in the person's voice. They do not want it to be true that it's another liberal. They didn't want. I could just tell they're heartbroken that what is going on. I'm on the wrong side. You understand? Nobody wants to be on the wrong side. And when they heard this fake propaganda, it was a MAGA supporter. This person was so excited. They were trying to be calm, but they're like, and y'all are on the wrong side, man. Y'all need to repent. And I'm like, man, this.
Did you hear MSNBC?
But
we believe he was shot by friendly fire.
yeah, I didn't hear that.
Yeah,
that must have been a long time ago.
The day they happened, they say, assuming he's been shot by friendly fire.
That's crazy, bro. They would say something like that. Well, if they say friendly fire, they could be MAGA. They could be saying a MAGA supporter. I don't know. That's
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well, they're wrong. That person was not MAGA supporter. Everybody they're in his Discord, bro. The Discord he was in, Bubba. I'm telling you right now, there are now they are now spawning, bro. And now they're trying to say the one that tried to pew Trump was in the same Discord as this guy that unalived Kirk. So they're just getting these kids that are like hanging on by a thread. They're like almost tardy, if you know what I mean. They're finding these kids. Look at them. Look at these people. Look at them. They're finding these kids. Excuse me. That have a little what's the word? A little down, if you know what I mean. They got a little. They got the
We got you.
They got the syndrome. They got a little down. Look at these two pictures. They literally missing a partial chromosome of having the downsies. You get what I mean? And yeah, they're off a little bit, man. And so they suck them in. And this is how Islam recruits people. They just go find whoever, and then they radicalize them, and then they hate America. They're burning flags next weekend.
Yeah, that's not a full deck. 52.
Yeah. They ain't playing with a full deck, man. They ain't. Some of them got 51, but others got 30. They got 30 cards in their freaking deck. They shuffle in every 30 seconds. Again,
the guy that threw his hands up and was like, I did it, and they took him down at first. Did you see what happened to him?
What do you mean what?
They
arrested him?
They went into his phone, and he got arrested.
Oh, yeah. And you know what? Hey, apparently he was yelling, unalive me, I did it.
Yeah. Well, he's going to wish that they did unalive him after he gets in trouble for what he got in trouble for.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you that. Well, it's real easy, man. You do the crime, you do the time. It's simple as that. After that, hey, if the state forgives you after that and lets you out, I forgive you. But at the time, guess what? You do the crime, You do the time, man. It is what it is. Too much time on the internet, not good for society. Yeah, Dons, that's true, man. I'm telling you, guys. I'm telling you, I'm telling you, stop raising your kids on the internet the way that you're raising. Listen, internet is a tool. Do not let your kids believe that the internet is entertainment. Don't do it. That's kind of like if your kid says they're hungry, do you put a honeycomb in real life? Do you put a honeycomb in front of them with honey? That's what you give them to eat today, 2025? A honeycomb?
No.
Or better yet, I'm sorry, let me speak 2025 terms. Do you pour, let's see, is their steak a big Snicker bar and the sides is Skittles and Laffy Taffy? Is that what you put on their plate?
You could have just said a honey bun.
They put, but I'm just saying.
Laffy Taffy.
Yeah, Laffy Taffy.
I'm
just saying. Is that what you put on their plates? Snicker bar as the steak, Skittles as the greens, and freaking Laffy Taffy as the vegetables? Is that what you put on their plate? Absolutely not. You don't put that on their plate. So if you don't put candy, which is entertainment food, it's not food. It's entertainment food. That is not their main course. The internet is not the main course. You don't let the internet raise your kids and you're the Laffy Taffy. Absolutely not. You are the main course and the internet is the Laffy Taffy. And guess what? How much candy do you actually give a kid?
Nowadays,
Once
A
a week.
little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit. That's the answer. How much candy do you give a kid? A little bit. Unless you're a stupid parent and you give them all the candy they want. Well,
Nowadays, yep.
that's okay. Well, okay, then that's what you're going to get. You're going to get the fat kid. You're going to be like me going to the doc over there saying, hey, you got the fat kid.
Sorry.
And I'm over here thinking, oh, well, shoot, I didn't. And I'm telling you, I don't feel like I feed them nothing.
The fat shaming sucks.
I got the fat kid. They shame me in front of the hole. And I'm looking at my dog and I'm like, well, he's a big dog. And they're like, well, he's 15 pounds fat. He's overweight. And I'm looking at him like
don't pull the big bone card, okay? Don't pull that.
I know, but I'm just saying, I'm looking at him like, man, he looks good. He looks good to me. But again, when it comes to like, everybody's got their level of knowledge and stuff. When it comes to feeding dogs, I'm not no expert. Okay. So when parents are not experts on how they're supposed to raise kids, then guess what? The doctor got to tell you you suck. Say, hey, why is your kid 25 pounds overweight and they're 10? Well, I just feed them whatever they want. Well, you're stupid then. You're stupid. You feed your kid whatever they want? Let me guess. They're on the internet and watch whatever they want to. Well, yeah, it makes them happy. Huh? That's stupid. Your internet raises your kid. You feed your kid. So 75% of your child's life is entertainment. How's that, bro? That make no sense. And now your kid's 10, 12, 13 or whatever. Now you're like, hey, your grades are not any good. And you're surprised, bro? You're surprised. You want your kid to come out of the ground looking like freaking, a model out of a magazine. You want your kid to come out of the ground looking like that, but you feed it fat 24 hours a day. But you just want your kid just to microwave overnight, look nice looking. No, now your kid don't want to go outside because they're fatter than everybody. And you don't know why. Listen, we're not talking about the physical part, even though I'm using that. I'm talking about the internet is junk food. That is not what's supposed to be raising your kid. Your kid is not supposed to be raised on Laffy Taffy for the brain. Dad, I'm the fat kid. Absolutely. I had the fat kid. Again, it's a dog, but I had the fat dog. I had to get the fat dog talk. They're like, hey, your dog's fat. And I'm looking at him. I even asked Dre, I was like, Dre, my dog looks fat. And like, oh. And they're like, he ain't supposed to weigh that much. He weighs too much. I'm like, dang. I would have never known. And I'm like, well, all I feed him is this. They're like, yeah, that's a little too much. So now I got to, got to crack down on what I'm feeding his butt. He's finally no longer 100 pounds. He weighs 96 pounds. I think he's only 5 pounds overweight, and that's he can be around a few pounds either direction. And I'm like, dang, I'm gonna have to start feeding him a little bit more because we're about to get that collar on him. I don't know how much longer we're going to wait, but pretty soon we're going to buy it and he's going to be out there running around. I'm going to have to feed him a little different. I have to have that talk with myself every morning. What talk? What talk are you talking about? Big. You have to have that talk every morning. What talk?
Fat dog talk.
You got the fat kid? I don't. Your kids don't look. Your kid.
Let me.
His kid don't. His kid don't look fat though.
No, he's talking about himself. He said, "I gotta have that talk with myself."
Oh, with myself. Oh my God.
All right. So listen, I remember this talk, and then I got a dog, and then I started feeding my dog because I was feeding him a couple cups twice a day. What did they tell you to feed him? 1 cup.
No, pretty much 1/3 of a cup twice a day. Or hold on, I'm sorry. No. If we're talking actual measurements, 1 cup twice a day.
1 cup. That's what I've been doing since you had that fat.
Yeah,
dog
1
talk.
cup.
I have people telling me my dog's too skinny now.
Well, first of all, you got to go to the vet and let them weigh the dog. They're going to say, hey, what kind of dog is it? And they're going to give you to the 95 percentile of what your dog is around what your dog is supposed to.
Yes. So what I meant by that was I'm not shaming myself, but I that fat kid you're talking about. Well, I've been that my whole life. Just what I mean. I have been that my whole life. So when you finally become around people like what we have in our descaled group, you start to finally think and come out of the ether. And you're like, man, I've been like this for 30 plus years. You gotta start talking to yourself. And that's why I talk to myself, every single morning. I'm like, okay, we got to do things differently. Stop sitting down, and you have to consciously talk. It's almost like you got to talk out loud to yourself to really kind of hear yourself think and say, okay, you can't stop, after a long day at work. You don't just sit down and sit on your phone forever. Get up, figure out something that you can do outside, take your kids out with you. That way you're not tempted to be inside watching TV or being on your phone. And then you can get them to do that same thing so they don't end up like you. And, I've got a long ways to go because 30 plus years of thinking this, of thinking the wrong way, right? Having a wrong thought process is tough to get out of, but you have to do it. And ties into what Trot was talking about fasting yesterday. That's a huge part to, again, it goes back to telling your flesh no, and trying to go against it. So when I was saying I talked to myself about that, I wasn't trying to sound like woe is me, but it's the truth though. You got to talk to yourself, and if you can't fix yourself, it's going to be hard to raise your kids the way they should. You know what I mean? So you have to talk to yourself out.
Yeah, absolutely. Somebody made a comment. I think it was nice weather. Let me go back and find it. I think it says, can I pet that dog? And I'm thinking he's using that meme where that kid's like, can I pet that dog? Can I pet that dog? Is that what you're getting at? What you say, don't quote me? Is that what you're saying, nice weather? Can I pet that dog? Like that kid in that TikTok video? If you want to fast, stop drinking and eating sugar. Yes, 100%. I'm telling you, if you just stop eating sugar, drinking, eating sugar, no more sugar intake, and I'm talking to everybody, you will lose 5 pounds in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, you'll lose 5 pounds. Some people can lose 15. Okay, it just depends on how much you got to lose. But sugar intake is, I lost 30 pounds in 2 months. Oh my God, Brenda, you probably look like crap. What made you do that? Huh? You probably look like crap. 30 pounds in 2 weeks. Oh my God.
Had another baby?
God.
Months, 2 months.
Oh, I'm not. I'm sorry. That's what I meant. 2 months. 30 pounds. That's 15 pounds a month. 3 months. You still probably look like crap though. 3 months, 30 pounds.
Great job, Brenda. Great job. Don't listen to Trot. I don't know where the heck he's going right now.
Trot.
Hers were too much. Them were too little. I don't get it.
Trot.
Good job, Brenda.
Trot. I said,
Lord
what, she had another
Trot's
baby?
like-
I said she had another baby?
I'm going to drop
Trot's like, I'm the perfect shape.
No, I'm not talking about perfect shape or bad shape. I'm just saying when you lose 30 pounds, like I don't know. I've never met Brenda. I don't know if she's overweight. I don't know. But if someone says they've lost 30 pounds, obviously they're going to look better. So I'm like, you lost 30 pounds? You must look like crap. It was just, I'm just giving you a hard time. Just giving you a hard time. Guys, listen, you've been coming here for years. And you don't think that I'm not going to give you a hard time. I don't really get it. I'm going to. I'm sitting there telling you. I'm going to. I will be the devil's advocate. I will give you a hard time. I will push your buttons.
They think it's only for they think it's only for Christian. It's not.
No, Christian.
we just give it back.
Christian probably thinks he's the only one. No. Laugh out loud. We say, now I'm going to go stuff my face because Trot said I look horrible. Listen to this. It's Trot's fault.
She's going to come back and say she gained 10. Thanks,
Trot. Thanks, Trot. I gained all my weight back to make me look good. Thank you.
Oh, nice.
Listen to this. Everything. Listen, you can't go around blaming everybody in life for your problems. You can't do it. If somebody's giving you a hard time, give it back to them. Okay, that's it. Now, if they're being serious, and that's another thing, you need to know when someone is being serious or just giving you a hard time. Because if someone's quote unquote giving you a hard time, but they're in their heart, they really are trying to be hateful, that's not the same thing. It's not the same. I don't care if it looks the same. It's not the same. And your job is to figure out, as an adult, you need to know when someone is just giving you a hard time. Now, again, there's guys, they're very feminine, very weak kind of guys. I'm not talking about guys that they're weak because they cry. No. If the time of whatever the issue is that's hard, okay, if it's time to cry, you cry. Your mother, father, someone dear close to you passes away, you cry. It's okay. You can mourn. I'm talking about very sensitive males. Anytime they see like an alpha male giving someone a hard time, they become very soft-spoken on purpose because, oh, wow, I can't believe they said that. And that guy, what the guy did, I just don't get it. These are the guys that are always the girl's best friend. They don't ever date the girl, but they're always friends. And they think they're supposed to sympathize and they're always supposed to sympathize with against the alpha male, right? Alpha male is toxic. And you see these guys and they'll go hang out with the girl and they'll kind of give the alpha male a wink like, yeah, she's with me tonight. And all alpha males will say, bro, she's not with you tonight, bro. Stop it, bro. She's not with you tonight. Okay. It's just that you think like a female. That's why she's hanging out with you. You noticed a lot of females, sometimes they'll like hanging out with gay guys. Y'all ever seen that?
That's like a common phrase. I need a gay best friend.
That's right. Okay, but why? It ain't because she's trying to hook up with the gay guy.
No,
that's not why. Okay, so it's because the dude's feminine and he can relate because he thinks like a woman. That's not a good thing, guy, whoever you are. Okay, it's not okay. If you're a guy, you're a guy. If you're a girl, you're a girl. Period. The end. All right. And the whole point of this is you as an individual, I don't care if you're a male or female, you need to be able to tell when someone is just messing with you and when they're not. And if you're so in your feelings when someone is just messing with you, then you have a lot of adulting to do. You still need to grow up because if you're in your 30s and your 40s And I know that in your 30s and your 40s, you should by now understand when someone is messing with you, but you come off like you're 12. And I'm like, oh, okay. And they're like, yeah, you're being mean. I'm like, okay, no, actually, the way you're acting to what I'm doing that's not proper. What you're doing, you still haven't matured. You would rather go hang out with 12-year-olds because they can relate to your feelings. Well, that's because they're not adults. You need to grow up, take your thumb out of your mouth. You know, when someone says, you don't understand, you haven't been where we've been through, or me or her or him. And I'm like, how do you know that? I can prove it. I can prove that more than likely I've been through more. I can prove it. So can my wife. I can prove it. So I know what I'm talking about. I know what a hard time is, and I know what a hard time is not. So if I was someone that didn't understand hard times, then it'd be kind of weird for me to be standing on what I'm standing on. But I know hard times, and from every avenue, every direction. I know hard times that came out of nowhere, and I know hard times that I caused. Self-induced hard times. They're both hard. Both. It doesn't matter if it's self-induced or not. I've had hard times come out of nowhere and be like, wow, boy, that sucks. You know? And then you got to call a couple of buddies and be like, hey, let me let you know what's going on. You know? So I got a couple of buddies out here, you know, that I'll call and be like, hey, let me run this by you, you know? And then one of the times I called Dre, and I have to because we were, you know, got to call somebody on this side. And I was like, hey, I'm just letting you know this is going on. He's like, what? I was like, yeah. Oh, well, I said, well, I'll see y'all in the morning. And there was probably people on here. Wow, he looks like everything's fine. Well, just because things are not fine doesn't mean you got to put on sackcloth. Okay? The circumstance is horrible, but I'm on a mission. And that circumstance ain't going to stop me, period. And I didn't let it. And God did his thing, and it is what it is. And, let me say this. I haven't told nobody this. This just happened a few days ago. I don't know if y'all knew, but my wife got a new job about a little over a year ago. She loves it. It's an awesome job. Well, somebody came up to her and said, hey, we really like your hard work over here. We want to hire you over here. And she's like, well, let me think about it. Anyway, she comes home a couple days ago. And she's like, hey, they're offering me a job over here. And I'm like, oh, and we're talking double the salary, bruh. Double. So I'm like, well, that's what you want to do. And she's thinking about it. She's really thinking about it. Well, I'm saying double. I think it's like 80. It's almost 100%. 80%? That's almost double salary. I mean, you know. So I was like, well, so she's thinking about it. And she said she kind of felt sad because she likes where she's at. And she's like, I kind of feel sad. I said, why do you feel sad? Because she goes, I'm really thinking about leaving. I was like, oh, like she's really thinking about, I mean, when you throw double the salary, when you throw that out there, you know, time to pack and move. No, it's not that far away. I'm saying it's a promotion, but it's not at the same department, like the same place. But it's a promotion, no doubt. It's just at a different location. Nah, not that kind of pack and move. Oh man, I saw a comment in here and I don't know where it's at. All right. Well, we were going to go over Nehemiah, but then Dre wanted to talk about being born into things, and it reminded me of something. And I was like, hold on a second. And I threw that out there. And it was just to focus on the fact that we are born into a family, but you are not in something unless you decide to be. So I don't care if you were, quote unquote, born Jewish, born Christian, born Islam. This is the tactic that Islamic believers use. They're like, see, you were born into Christianity, but see, you don't even read your Bible. So they use that against them when people say, oh, well, I'm Christian. You know, you're not. Your parents are. You're not. Did you know that the Bible says this? See, you didn't know. It's true. It's true. Half the people that call themselves Christian, they don't even know what's in the Bible. They just say they're Christian because their parents are Christian. And Islamic believer, they know this. And that's who they go recruit. The Christians that have the syndrome. Know what I mean? They got the downsies. Oh, man. Did I ever tell y'all about my downsy cousin? Did I ever tell y'all about that? Anybody?
God.
No?
God.
I didn't tell nobody? Nobody? I've never said this? Where's CJ at? He ain't here.
Oh,
I didn't tell y'all I have a downsy cousin?
oh my word.
Oh, I used to.
Got to tell it now.
Bro.
Oh, come on.
Oh, I could tell you so many stories
Oh.
of Mr. Downsy. I can tell you so many stories. They're so much fun when they're your kinfolk, though. You can get away with so much stuff, you know. You can kind of like, if they make you mad, you can hit them and run away, and they really can't tell on you. Like they kind of can, but not really, you know. And I remember one time.
What the heck?
Yeah, listen, I think I was about 10 or 12. I was about 10 or 12-year-old. He's older than me, okay? He was like 15 or 18. And I don't know if y'all know what the Turbo 16 is. Does anybody know what that is? Losers. Dre, you know what a Turbo 16 is? Don't be Googling, bro.
Hey, is it a 3-wheeler?
No, you can't start guessing now, man. You don't know. So I'm going to have to tell you.
I think I may know. That's why I was throwing it out there. But
no, it's not
I
a 3. It's not a 3. No, a Turbo 16 is like a Nintendo.
Okay, I got you.
Okay. They have a game on there, and forgive me, I think it's called Slaughterhouse. You're literally like J.C. Voorhees walking through a haunted house. Are you able to look it up, Brian?
Hold on. I'll check real quick. Hold on.
Put Turbo 16 Slaughterhouse. I'm going to tell you a story about my Downsy cousin. What he used to do to me when I'd play this at his house. It was freaking hilarious. And I don't even know if anyone in the family knows that he used to do this to me all the time. Anytime I turn that thing on, here he comes. He's going to come. You know, he's coming. And I'm like, and he's bigger than me. You know, I'm 10 or 12. He's like 20. And
Turbo Graphics 16.
Thank you. Turbo Graphics 16 Slaughterhouse. Did you see the game?
Yeah, I could see it.
So look, you go in this haunted house, and it's like it's got this very like scary song, and like the house is shaking, and like bats are flying at you. Anyway, you got to kung fu them and all that. And it's kind of like Mario Brothers in a way. No, it's not, dude. You got a machete and you're running in a house.
I know, but with the music, and then when he goes to fight the boss and stuff like that.
Okay, yeah. But it's like a very dark looking, like, you know, game, and you see how the guy looks like J.C. Voorhees.
More sinister.
Yeah, it's more sinister. And so I'd go to their house all the time, and he's got brothers, and they were my age, and we'd go swimming, jump on the trampoline. I'd hang out over there all the time. But I turned that game on, and I can't remember what you know how you turn the Nintendo on or something, you hear like bling, bling, like you hear the game system turn on. Anytime that thing turned on, I'd hear him. He'd be shuffling over. I hear him coming. And he's got this grin on his face, like, you know, he's going to watch me play. But he knows I'm no good at the game. He literally comes over there to make fun of me because I can't pass level 1. You hear me? This is what he did. So he'd come over there. He's already laughing. And I was like, hey, man, stop laughing at me. And he's like, ha, 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 ha. He's just laughing at me already. And I said, I'm not going to play. It'd make him laugh harder. He would laugh harder if I didn't even try. And I'm like, this dude. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to beat level 1. And I'm so mad. I'm going to beat level 1. And he would just sit there and laugh at me because I couldn't beat it. But then again, I never really tried to learn what I needed to do to beat level 1. I never tried to learn. So I sat down with his brothers, my cousins, and said, hey, show me how to beat this game. He tried to stop them from showing me how to beat the game. So I said, oh, that's what we're doing. So now you're hating now. Now you're hating, so you don't want me to beat the game. So I asked him if I can borrow. I want to take it to my house. I got my brother involved. My brother showed me how to beat it. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to beat it. And I'm gonna beat it right in front of him. So one day I show up and I know what to do now. And here he comes and he's laughing. He's laughing at me. And I'm like, yeah, okay, well, I'm going to beat this right in front of you. And I get all the way to the end. And I'm like, oh, man. And I'm getting ready to look at him, like to look at his face. All I got to do is this one little thing. And as soon as I look this way, he's standing behind me. I look this way and I'm like, man, where'd he go? He reaches around me and turns the game off and busts out laughing and runs. He runs upstairs and I'm like, oh, this dude, bro. So now he knows that I know that he knew that I was trying to make him watch me. And I'm telling you, you think the Downsies are dumb. They're not dumb, dude. He knew exactly what he was doing. He was waiting there the whole time that if I got there, he was just going to turn it off. Well, I mean, what am I going to do? Hit him. He's stronger. First of all, he's got Downsy strength, number 1. Number 2, he's bigger and older anyway. I don't got a chance against this dude, So I'm like, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to wait for him because he'll yell, give me some toilet paper. He'll say, toilet paper, give me toilet paper. And you got to go give it to him. He's trying to use the restroom. So I said, this time, I'm going to give him his toilet paper, but I'm going to get all of it wet, the whole roll. We'll give him his paper. So he's yelling for me, give me my toilet paper. I was like, all right. So I got the whole thing wet, and I went over there and threw it to him. But it's soaked. If you know anything about toilet paper, if you get the whole thing wet, that thing's heavy. I threw it at him, it hits him, and he's like, and I said, that's because you turned the game off. And I ran away, and he's like, oh, I'm going to get you. And I was like, no, you're not. I run out of the house. And probably, let me see, a week or so later, 2 of his brothers, they're like, hey, it's like, hey, he's like, hey, he told us that you toilet paper.
Look at God.
Said, hey, what's up?
Look at God.
Nothing. Go ahead.
Yeah. So they said that, hey, he told us you threw the toilet paper wet to him. And I said, yes, I did. Dons, what'd you say? I had to come back. Everyone else is evil and arguing. Yeah, I could have told you that, bro. I'm not saying stay here.
You was a bad little boy. You was a bad little boy.
Let me finish. I learned this from one of my cousins. My cousins, this is how they used to get back at him. I mean, what are you gonna do? Hit him? You can't hit him, so this is our way of like getting back at him.
Dog walk you. That boy would have dog walked you if you would have hit him.
Bubba, he would have warned me. I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be. His hands, he used to grab me by my head. His whole hand would cover my head. I remember thinking, man, I hope he never slaps me. That would be a bad day. And so, of course, like I said, he's on the toilet. So when I throw the wet toilet paper, he's not going to get up and run after me. So I knew I was going to have a chance. So I run away. And my cousins are like, hey, he said you threw the toilet. You can't do that. I said, I learned it from y'all. I said, I seen y'all do it. And he's like, yeah, bro, we live here with him and he picks on us all the time. I'm like, I don't care. I said, every time I come over, he picks on me. I said, I don't know what to do. And he goes, no, we're not telling you not to do it because we're mad at you. And I said, okay, well, you said I can't do that. They're like, no, if you do that, he'll start throwing dung at you. And I said, no. He said, yeah, if you did it, you're done now. He said, you might as well just go over there and let him throw. I'm not playing. On my life, I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you the truth, bro. Listen, hey, bro, I can bring my family in here. They will tell you that I'm telling you the truth. Now,
God
listen.
Almighty, I didn't have coffee in my mouth.
Listen, bro. Listen. Listen, hey, I'm not kidding. You know, I need to like write a book and literally just say the life of Trot. I will trip the whole world out on just stuff. And it's true. It's all true. I can bring my whole family in here and they'll tell you it's true. Now, when they tell me this, I know now I have just been enlightened to something that I should never have been enlightened to. And I'm like, what do you mean? Somebody drop Christian, please.
With pleasure.
My God. It never fails. It never How is that an accident? Somebody explain to me. Somebody explain to me how that's an accident, bro. Every time.
How do you unmute on accident? Like, how do you unmute on accident? And he unmutes again. Look, he's unmuted now.
I'm coming up here to tell y'all,
don't poke the bear.
What bear?
You're not the bear.
We don't see
You're not the bear. Bro, Bill's the bear. You're going to have to say, don't poke something else. I don't know. I don't know. Come up with something else. You can't say, yeah. Don't poke. Pony. Don't poke. No, don't poke the Care Bear. Don't poke the Care Bear. Don't poke the Care Bear. He'll throw dung on you. All right, listen, bro, listen. So they tell me this, and you got to understand, guys, I 100% believe that my cousins are messing with me, but I'm not stupid either, right? So I'm like, or are they? So I go to some more cousins of mine, and I said, hey, I said, Benny said, you know, and they're like, oh, no, he's not lying. Like, he'll do that. And I'm like, what? And I'm like, well, you play around too. So, you know, I don't know what to believe now. So I'm like, man. But what I do know is I'm not going over there in my good clothes and have him throw dung on me. That ain't going to happen. And so he's going to throw dung on me. I'm going to go over there wearing some junk. And then
wait. So when you say dung, you mean like his or like the cows?
What do you mean?
When you say dung, are you, because I know you live in the country, like is he picking up like cow dung literally, or is we're talking about his own?
No, his personal.
Oh hell no, no sir, no, we fight.
Yes,
it's fighting.
No, trust me, you wouldn't hit him. Okay.
Oh, I'm hitting him with something, a water balloon.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Yeah. Oh no, yeah, of course. So listen, so I'm like, bro, that's no way that's true. I don't never smell nothing like that in the house. It's just, I cannot understand. Like, there's no way this is true, bro. And so I tell him, I said, well, he's going to do it in the house. He's like, no, bro, he ain't stupid. Like he's downsy, but he knows better than that. He goes, but I'm telling you right now, if you're outside of the house and you see him coming, you better just let him throw it, because if not, he's going to smear it on your head or something. You better just try to run from, let him throw it. And then basically it's kind of like, if you let him get you, he's like, okay, we're square. You know what I mean? But if you don't let him get you.
Hey, talk about a new meaning to Rocky Road.
Shut up, Trey.
Oh, man, that's nasty, bro.
Listen, bro. Listen. So I'm trying to like get all this advice, bro. I'm 10, 11 years old. And I'm trying to get all this advice. And what I'm learning is I might as well just go outside and act like I'm just there, because they got a pool table under the garage and it's all open. So, and I hear him coming. You can hear him coming. I hear him coming. I'm like, oh, man. I'm like, I don't know if I can do it. Like, this is the weirdest thing. So my cousin's like, man, just stay right there, bro. Just stay right there. And I'm like, dude, this is not a good idea. And I hear someone call his name, and I'm like, oh, man, I'm just trying to get this. So it's like waiting to get SWATs in school. I'm just like, man, just hurry up and just get. I don't know why we just waiting here. Just hurry up. Well, somebody calls him. My dad calls me. I'm like, God dang it. Like, I'm just trying to get this out of the way. I go, over there, and Dad's like, what are you wearing? And I'm like, wait. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, what? Is that my shirt? Well, why do you got my shirt? I was like, you don't ever wear this shirt. Bro, I'm just trying to wear something that if he throws it, I can throw it away and go take a shower or whatever. And so it didn't get done that day. I was in a bad mood, but I'm like, that's it. Tomorrow it's on. And so I go over there the next day. They're not there. And I'm like, what the heck? Where are they at? I had to go the next day. And they're like, oh, we were at the thing, this and that. And I'm like, hey, I was like, let's go. Tell him to come on. Tell him I'm here. And he will push one out just for you. Just for you. He's going to become your buddy that day. And I was like, tell him I'm here. Tell him I'm here. And they're like, hey, he's out there. And he keeps going, like, eh. And they're like, oh, I thought, you don't want to get him back, man. And they said they ain't never seen that. They're like, man, this might not be good. I don't know why he's acting like. I said he might want to smear you, bro. Like, and that's all. Like, nah, dude, please, gotta. Well, dude, listen. 2 weeks go by, and I purposely just don't go hang out over there. And but it's not normal for me not to go over there. So finally, one day I go, and that's all he was waiting for. He just waited for me to come in the house.
Off guard.
Listen. He come in the house. He comes in the house and he's just sitting there looking at me like this. He just got this grin on his face. I'm looking for his hands. I'm looking at his hands. There ain't nothing on his hands. And I was like, hi, and I said his name and he just bust out laughing and he just walks around to the other side of the house. And I'm like, where's your brothers at? I'm like, I'm calling their names. They're not coming. I'm like, dang, where's everybody at? Go outside and they're having like a friend's party, something. So I go out there and, they got some music on and I'm not paying attention. And out of nowhere, I see this big old hand just come across my face and it was him. And he just taps me on my face like that. And he just starts laughing and he runs off. And I'm like, what the heck? So I go to his brother. Hey, he just came over here and tapped me on my face. He's like, did he hit you? He's like, no, he just like tapped my forehead. And he goes, oh, man. Yeah, he's thinking about smearing you, bro. Like, you probably don't need to come over here for like a year. So I'm like, oh, bro, heck no. I'm like, okay, heck no, bro. I don't go over there for months. And I told my dad why. I said, Dad, this is what's going on. They're saying he's going to smear me. And he's like, no. And my dad's taking it serious. He's like, no, we're not doing that. That's not funny. I understand, he's Downsy or whatever, but that's not funny. We're not doing that. And of course, my dad tries to go over there and talk and say, hey, we're not doing this. And they're like, that ain't how that works. Like, he's going to get his back, bro. Like, just let him. Just how that works. That ain't how that works.
They lived in the Old Testament, an eye for an eye.
Yeah. Like, my dad's trying to be all political, and they're like, that don't work with him. That ain't going to work. Like, it don't matter if he comes over and cooks him a whole meal in the back of his head.
So he smeared somebody else then, right?
Yeah, he smeared people before. Yeah, that's messed with them. Now, one thing I know for sure is I never heard them bullying anyone. It's always when someone does something to him and he can't articulate to mom that so-and-so messed with me, so he just gonna get you back. So basically, anyone he's done this to, they've deserved it. They've proven that. He's never done it to someone that ain't deserved it. So basically, but the thing was, I'm 10 though. So my dad's like, man, he's 10. And I'm being honest, I learned it from his brothers. So, their brothers live with them. So he's old, and you got to remember, he's older.
Well, technically you were getting him back. So it wasn't
I know, but he don't. Yeah, no, you're right. So technically, I would be getting him back. We would be square, but that's not
in his mind. In wet toilet paper, dookie face.
Yes, it's not about. He knows that he turned the game off on me, but oh well. You're not going to get me back. So I get him back, and he's like, oh, so we're gonna pick. So the way he's looking at it, all I did was turn off your stupid game. You want to throw wet toilet paper on me? Okay, I got you. I'm going to give you the opposite of wet, clean toilet paper. How about that? So, bro, I don't go over there for...
Petty as Dre, bro.
Bro, listen. I don't go... Well, he's definitely petty, dude. He's so petty. But I definitely didn't go over there for months. And then finally one day, trust me, I did not forget. And we got to go over there. It's a family thing. We go over there. And, bro, it's on the back of my mind the whole time. I'm like, where is he at? I don't even want him to come touch me in the forehead like he tapped me. I don't want none of that. And so my dad, goes to his mom, hey, come on. And they're like, well, he's not going to let it go. Like, we're trying to tell you, like, this dude got a memory like an elephant. He's like, well, we are not going to come then and this and that. And anyway, we decided to go anyway. And finally, I see him. And he's just kind of looking at me. He's snickering. He's laughing. And I go in the house. And when I go in the house, he tells me, come here. And I'm like, heck no, I ain't going over there. I said, nah. And he goes, come on. And I go over there real slow. And I'm like, what? And he's like, play the game. I said, heck no, I ain't doing. I said, and I just said his name. And I said, I don't trust you. And he's like, oh, man. And, he's like, man, whatever. And I'm like, this is not good. And I mean, just every 5 minutes, there he is, man, like a horror film. Like, he just following me around. It seems like, again, it's his house. He's not following me around. But when someone's going to put the poo-poo on you, you're thinking they're following you around. Okay, especially if you're 10, 11 years old. So the end of the party's done, this and that. And, he waves at me by or whatever. And I mean, every time I see him, I just hear ring, 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 ring. I mean, that's all I hear, bro. Like, he's coming. You got to understand, I'm 10, 11 years old. So I'm all messed up about this. So a couple of weeks later, I'm over there again. Everybody's hanging out. And trust me, I didn't forget. And he's standing right behind me. I don't know how he got there, but he's standing right behind me. We're sitting there, this and that. And I hear, no, I hear it loud as day. And I'm thinking, no. And everybody's looking back here. And I'm telling you right now, Bubba, I did not listen. It's like if we're in the ocean and I heard shark and everybody pointing, like kind of looking at, well, I know to go this way. Like, I'm going to stick my fingers in that eyeball. You ain't just going to get me, man. Listen, I'm sitting on one of those like lazy boys that easily move. It's got like that. They're spring loaded. Bubba, I leaned forward like I was about to get off there, and he already had my number. He grabbed the back of that thing and bent it down, and all I seen was his hand coming down on top like this, on top of me. You got to understand, I'm 10, 11 years old, Bubba. I'm a little dude. So as soon as he went like that, I rolled off the side, and I just heard slap, and I'm like, what was that? And Bubba, big old cow turd just slapped the ground right beside my leg. It got on my shoe, and I was like, oh, the fact that it got on my shoe was enough. I was like, oh, throwing up all over the place. And he's laughing so hard, and he's got it in his hand, bro. And he's like, he's laughing at me, bro, but he's got it in his hand. But because I'm throwing up, he's looking at me, and he's got it in his hand. He's like, oh. Boy, he starts throwing. We're throwing up. I run outside, Bubba. I run outside, and I'm like, oh, my God. Now, again, it's on my shoe. I don't know if it's anywhere else. I know it's not on my face, but I hear him laughing, Bubba. He comes out the house running after me, laughing at me. And I was like, go inside. And here comes his brother's running after me. And he's like, hey, did it get on you? And I was like, I was saying no. And they're like, no, don't say no. Don't say no. He'll do it again. Say yes. Just act like you're mad at him. And go show him your shoe and act like you're mad. If not, he's not done. He's not going to be done. And apparently that was like the second time he's ever done that inside the house or something. So I go in there and I'm like, look what you did to my shoe. You got this on me. He's like, bah. Bubba, he's got chunks all over his shirt. He don't care. He's having a heyday. He's laughing. Bubba, my throat burns from all the darn throw up. I'm feeling disgusted. I was so mad, dude. I go to the house. I tell Dad. So anyway, Dad goes over there. He's like, hey, y'all got to stop this, this and that. Bubba, it wasn't 2 or 3 days later. I was over there, and he's on the toilet. He starts yelling my name, toilet paper. I'm like, oh, crap. Heck no. I ain't giving him. And I said, hey, y'all better. He goes, no, you better go give him the toilet paper. It better be dry, bro. Go give him the toilet paper, bro, and it better be dry. Oh, my God, Bubba, I swear, I feel like the Goonies going to the chamber of the thing. You remember when what's the kid's name? Mikey. Mikey's the guy that runs the Goonies. Okay, he's the one that plays in the movie Rudy. I can't remember his real name, but I felt like him walking down there towards the thing, bro. I was so scared to go over there, and I got it in my hand, and I don't even want to look inside there. And I'm like, man, I'm not throwing it at him. So I walk in there and I hand it to him, and he's like, thank you. And I hurry up and ran out of there. And he's like, bro, from here on out, if he says toilet paper, bro, you better just take him the dry one, bro, and don't give it to him wet. And I'm like, I ain't messing with that dude ever again. Well, of course, you got to understand this is family, so I'm going to be around him for a long time. And I'm not going to sit here and bore you with any more stories, but I will add, you do not go swimming with him. Let me just make myself very clear. You do not go swimming with him. You will see a floating Snicker bar in that water within an hour. if you go swimming with him. And guess who's got to clean it up? Guess who's got to clean it up? You do. He's going to tell you, you got to take it out. You got to take it. Bubba, about a year later, we're swimming, and I ain't kidding you. That sucker's floating right here. It ain't a foot or two. I don't know. I could probably reach out and touch it. It was right here. And I'm like, what the heck is that? So I yell. It didn't take long for me to figure it out. I yelled at my other cousin. I'm like, say, bro. And he's like, hey, bro, get out. And so I hop out. And so hey, his brother tells him, hey, what did we tell you about that? And he tells his brother, get it out. And so they just have their ways, man. And you got to learn them, It is what it is. But I tell you what, boy, oh man, I don't know how I reacted so fast, but that mud pie was about to hit me right in my face. I don't know. It was, I want to say I probably would have tried to punch him maybe. After that one,
that would have been really bad, bro. That would have been really disgusting.
It was, bro. But just think about yourself, 10 or 11. Like, think about how you were at 10 or 11, and I never had a bully mentality, you know what I mean? So, that would have grossed me out to the 10,000.
10 or 11. I probably would have threw up for about a good hour.
Oh, I did. I threw up. I threw up all the way out of the house, and he has. Oh man, he was like, ha, ha, ha. He's like, whoa. He starts throwing up. Then he chases me outside, and did he get you? And I'm so happy he didn't hit me in the head or something. I'm like, no. And they're like, no. You got to act like you're mad. Go act like you're mad and tell him, if not, he didn't get you. He going to do it again, bro. I ran for a year.
It's kind of like being married, right? You got to act like you're mad when she does. You're not really mad. You're like, oh, you got me
really mad,
girl.
Yeah, you got to act like you're mad. Yeah. I'll tell you last time Mackenzie made me upset, I said, don't worry about it. She goes, you better stop it. I said, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's all good. Hey, she went into the shower, and let me tell you, she likes hers hot. She likes to put her shower on hell. You hear me? She put that sucker on she put that sucker on lava. You hear me?
Yeah.
Put that sucker's on lava. She put that sucker on lava, and I'm just waiting for the whole room to steam up. She got that whole thing steamed up, and I said, and I'm singing my song. I'm not going to say what my song is, but I'm singing it very slowly, and I fill up that whole jug of water. I put all the ice in there, and I just got a spoon. I'm just stirring it. I wait till all them icicles are halfway gone. You hear me? I stick my hand in there, and I'm like, oh, yeah. And I whistle while I worked all the way to the shower. Open the door very slowly, and I said very loudly, love you. And as soon as she was saying, love you too, I threw all that cold water in there. And I went to the door, and she opened that. She goes, you did not just start this again. I said, I told you don't worry about it. I closed the door. Now, again, I'm acting like I'm, closing the door all slow. But, it's on. The game's on. And she plays by the rules. So as soon as I close that door, Bubba, I sprinted. Hey, I done had my thing made outside. She going to have to come find me. I done sprinted outside, made my little thing out there. I got my paintball gun and everything. She comes out. She finds me. I said, you crossed that line. I got a whole line right there. I said, I ain't playing. You cross that line, I'm going to shoot you with this paintball gun. She's like, you better not come in the house. I said, I'm going to come in the house. I'm going to sleep right next to you with my paintball, with my spider right in my hand, right here. Oh, Bubba, I started that. Hey, that's what happens. That's when you play dumb games. You're going to get dumb. You're going to get dumb prizes. Yeah.
Hey, I just saw a video. I'll describe what happened. I'll send it to you. It's on Facebook, though. You don't have Facebook. But
okay. Let me ask you, did you see the video I sent you?
Oh, yeah. By the way, that guy was 100% saying that Charlie Kirk was not saved. I did comment on my troll account. I said, well, this didn't age very well, did it?
Oh, bro, tell me that's not crazy, bro. This video,
yeah.
Bro.
Yeah. He said the man was unsaved. And he's warning everybody else to leave the conservative party.
Yeah.
Read scriptures.
And read scripture, you do that,
you'll save yourself.
Don't be like Charlie. Yeah, bro. And all this because he's claiming that the person that unalived Kirk was a MAGA supporter, which means he's realized that he's wrong. and he needs to be a liberal because the MAGA people need to be unalive, bro.
Yeah, he was saying like it's funny because his whole spiel was because initially I know one of the ladies that he mentioned, I can't remember her name off the top of my head. She was one of the first ones that came out. I was like, this is what liberals do, and the president said it too. This was a liberal. A liberal did this.
Yeah.
And the actual perpetrator hadn't been quote unquote found, but it's pretty obvious that no conservative would take out Charlie Kirk. Like, what would be the point of that? Like, that's like the final boss of debating, conservativeness. Nobody's gonna take out the final boss, right?
Yeah.
Unless it's somebody who's against him, and that's why they said that. And then this guy was like, they're saying that, and his daddy was MAGA. You need to repent. And then let it comes out. The man was as fruity as some.
He did not listen. He chose not to follow his parents' footsteps.
100%.
And that's why he went Looney Tunes and unalived someone for what he wanted to stop spreading hate. So we use pew pews to stop. Pew pews used in that way, that spreads hate. You know what's crazy? How come not one building was burnt down?
Yeah,
huh?
Yeah. I saw
how come we're not in the streets causing riots?
Mm-hmm.
Huh? Why not? Come on, man. They know what they're doing. And they don't care.
The funny thing is I told somebody, because I had a big argument with somebody from high school that hit me up on this. And I said, listen, man, you guys never even heard of this brother. And you guys are going to find clips of things that are out of context to try to drag this guy after he's gone. He's gone. You guys didn't like when people started pulling up the criminal report for George Floyd. That was a problem. Like, why would you do that? That man wasn't doing nothing wrong right there. Not right then and there. Not right then and there. He wasn't doing nothing wrong.
Yeah.
He was a criminal.
Yeah, but here's another thing, though. I'm not saying that nobody did, but I didn't see, I didn't see it personally, but I'm saying I don't believe it was in the masses that everybody was making fun of George Floyd when he passed away. I don't remember seeing people like, if you think of the position that he was in when that stupid cop had I don't know. I never seen a cop have their knee on someone's head that long anyway, even though we know he's got enough fentanyl to kill unalive 1,000 people in his body because he swallowed it because he was scared to go to jail again. But the point is, I don't remember somebody putting themselves in a position like that and going, oh, look, oh. Bro, people were putting themselves in the posture when Kirk, so when he was hit, right after that, you see him the way he laid over. There's people putting their body in that posture and like shaking, like, like, bro, like making fun of the way that it happened. So I don't remember seeing people doing this. You may not like that people are saying what they're saying about his past, like, Floyd's past and stuff like that. I'm not saying nobody made fun. I'm not saying that, but it wasn't at the same level. I did see some people make fun, but it wasn't nowhere near the same as this guy. And not to mention, we're talking about night and day here. We're talking about it is night and day.
You know what I'm saying? We're talking about a father. We're talking about a godly man, a husband, a guy who raised millions of dollars and brought, they call him a racist, but he brought hundreds of black kids to the White House. I've never even been to the White House, for God's sakes. I've never been in there. Yeah. I would love to one day, but I've never been in there.
And apparently, we need to fact check this. Somebody said, and I hate to say this, but the father of the one that unalived Kirk, the father, apparently they and when I say they, I believe it's a lot of liberals, okay, that sent the father a lot of money to help their kid get out. I don't believe that. Yeah, so it's $1 million that was given to him, and they're saying that he donated it to Kirk's family.
That's crazy.
There's a couple of sources that claim that.
Okay, yeah. So I don't know if it's true, but there are people saying that that's what happened. So it seems as though, and again, I don't know the whole story, But I don't see a bunch of MAGA supporters giving this guy money to help his son get out of prison, because most MAGA supporters are going to say, you do the crime, you do the time. It is what it is. And that's why the father turned him in. Son, you do the crime, you do the time. Man up, man up. And he was over here talking about unaliving himself, just like the coward that he was. Of course you would. You don't mind hurting other people. Why wouldn't you mind hurting yourself? But the truth is, this kid did not know how much God loves him. If he knew that, he wouldn't be doing any of that crap. Okay. But I believe a bunch of leftists and a bunch of liberals, Democrats, poured a bunch of money into the father, telling the father, look, you can get him out of this. And he took all that money and gave it to Kirk's family. So on the behalf of that family, I want to thank all the liberals and Democrats that donated over $1 million to Kirk's family for your tears and for your what's the word I'm looking for? For your condolences. Thank you for that. If it's true, I don't know if it's true or not, honestly.
It's really unfortunate, man, because and you said this the other day. I don't know if it was in a text message or if it was on live, but people are really taking advantage of Charlie's death on many fronts. I'm not going to point anybody particularly out, but it's really disgusting because a lot of these people are creating. It's an opportunist. It's an opportunistic position. They're making these T-shirts that say "freedom" on the front, and in the back they have the face of Charlie.
Yeah, they're from China.
Yeah, not just not only they're from China, but they're not to benefit his organization or his family or what he believed in. It's just the fat in your pockets, and I think that's so. Yeah, it's so disgusting, bro. Like it's so nasty to me.
It is gross. It's like every opportunity, Charlie, this one's for you. Like, I don't know. Somebody said
it's like COVID times. People would buy all the Lysol and then go online and be like $50 a bottle.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Are there? They go take all the toilet paper from Walmart. Everybody toilet paper. And the whole time I'm laughing. I'm like, I don't use toilet paper anyway. I use something better.
Me neither.
I'm like, wow, look, more for me over here. And then finally people caught on to it. I'm telling you right now, I kind of had the monopoly on this until COVID happened and people were forced to go over there. Now sometimes Walmart runs out and I'm like, you dogs, who told you about this truth? Kind of like John the Baptist. Who told you? What did John the Baptist tell the scribes and the Pharisees? Who warned you to come?
Hey, to add on to that point, have you ever watched the movie The Big Short?
No. What is that?
So, it was about the market crash in 2008 with all the housing crash.
It's crazy. I'm sorry.
I did see that movie.
Ron, let me say this. I'm sorry I am interrupting you, but it is so crazy that this 2008 market crash happened. Bubba, I'm part of society. That market crash didn't touch me. We were doing fine. I was doing fantastic. So I need y'all to kind of help me out. Like, what happened? Because I was doing fantastic.
Yeah. So
go ahead. Ryan, go ahead.
Yeah. So there was a guy, right? When you watch that movie, you'll see there was a guy that foresaw all this happening, and he hedged against the market, and he made a bunch of money on everybody's losses. and he saw and then he tells the story about it, and he knew like this next crash that happened, like right around this time a couple of years back, and people asked him if he was going to capitalize on that, and he said I can't do it again. There's no way I could make money on everybody's losses ever again. He was like 2008. He talked about it. He said 2008. He was like, I made a lot of money off of people losing their homes, being put in the streets. And he was like, I could never do it again. He was like, it was a moral, hit, to him. So I don't know. It's pretty interesting. If you ever get a chance, go watch the movie, The Big Short.
In 2008, during that hit, I was living in Florida at that time, and I was a code officer for a particular city in Florida. We had, I kid you not, bro, we had easily 1,000 pools with tadpoles to the brim, bro. Nasty. nasty work. We used to have to
What's
go
the
into these houses.
hold on? What's the point? What's the point of that? Why are you telling us about this? What does that got to do?
Because that's the whole you like you said like what happened or like why they didn't touch you. What happened was in these Florida in these Florida neighborhoods, nice Florida neighborhoods, they were giving these people these houses, like basically with the balloon mortgage. So when the crisis, they knew the crisis is going to hit. They knew that it was like set up. So they knew that the interest and everything was going to go up so high.
So they wanted
be able to afford it.
So they wanted to put everybody's name on these houses so it could fall on them.
Exactly. So what they did was it was almost like an orchestrated downfall of the government of like the economy, because they gave everybody these amazing loans with like, the mortgage would be $700-800. And then 5 years later, everybody like this guy, he already knew that the balloon was going to pop at this year. That means that the following year, all these people were not going to be able to pay for this for their stuff. So
that means he went and bought all the houses for pennies on the dollar.
A lot of people did. A lot of people that knew that this was going to happen, they did. So we were selling houses literally for pennies in one of the most prominent areas in Florida, literally, because the pools were overflowing. The city had to pay for somebody to go out there and clean it. The city had to pay to cut the grass. Like, it was bad, bro. It was so bad.
Yeah, he literally shorted the market. He bet against it, knowing what was going to happen, and he made all the money that people basically lost. That money basically transferred to him because he hedged against the market. He shorted it. So, and he knew what was going to happen, and he literally made all that money. He literally made all that money based on people.
How much money are they saying he made?
Billions of dollars. Yeah, billions. Yeah. And it's the same thing, but it's the same thing like in these meme stocks, like when you heard about GameStop and AMC and all this other stuff.
Yeah, GameStop.
No joke though, but I was caught up in that too. But people would be throwing just ridiculous amounts of money, and then you'd have these whales, they call them whales, the people with multi-millions. Once it ran up, they would get out, and people would be left holding the bag at literally the highest price, and people are getting smoked, and I mean, it's the same kind of concept, but this was, rug pull. There you go, Alex. And it literally was what was happening in 2008 with the housing market, and only like a few people saw what was going to happen, and they like I said, go watch the movie. It's pretty amazing, to see. It's just crazy, but that's crazy. Exactly what happened. Yeah.
Well, so the word of the day before we leave, guys, is if you have anyone in your family that has the downsies, don't throw wet toilet paper at them. Okay, that's what we're learning today.
Hold on. I had to leave because I had to talk to my manager here for a little bit, so I lost a little bit of the story you were telling. So literally, he was doing that because you threw wet toilet paper. Yeah. That was it.
That's all he needed. So you got to know. Listen. Hold on.
He started it by deleting your game. So he started that whole mess.
Yeah. So he started it, and I'm 10 or 11, so I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to give you the business back. But the thing is, you don't mess with his toilet paper, bro. So like that is like again, I could talk about all kinds of stuff regarding this, but that was his favorite time of the day, was to sit down on the toilet. You understand? It's like he gets a relief. I mean, I think we can all understand that he gets a relief, and I just messed with his relief. So
it's a sacred time for a man.
Right. So it was like, I'm trying to think on how one of my older cousins told me, I don't remember how they put it, but basically in his head, like, you just ruined my day. Like in his head, like, you just ruined my day. I'm going to get you back. Like, I mean, that's just what it was. And I remember throwing it I remember him catching it and him just realizing, like, so this is what we're doing. Like, bro, that's how he looked at me. And I ran right on out of there. And his brothers.
So why did he need toilet paper every time? Like, was it not? Did he would run out, or you guys had to ration it out to him?
Yeah. So he had his own restroom, and being at that age, I remember when I got older. I can't remember why at that time he was always asking for it specifically, but from what I remember when I got older, it's not that he needed it. It's just he would use so much. So they would not put a 20 roll in the room because he would just use all of it. So whenever he would call for one, I mean, obviously he needs it, bro. I mean, he used toilet paper, but he would just use so much. Like he would use so much that he'd have to have. So again, being older, they tried putting 3, 4, 5 in there, and he wouldn't use all of them at that time. But it didn't matter. It was a very short period of time. He's going to run out. So he's going to be. It's just because he uses too much, and so he would have to call, hey, and he would say someone's name. If he said your name, that's who has to take it. You know, you got to understand, if this is your brother, bro, you get what I'm saying? Like, if this is your brother, you're going to learn his ways, bro. And so if he said someone's name, he didn't want no one else to bring it. That's who he wanted to bring it. And you know, sometimes they'd have to tell them they're not here. They can't bring it. You know, we're going to bring it. And he said my name one day. He never called my name, but he said my name, and they're like, nah, bro, here, just take it to him. And so I would have to take it.
It was called that day.
Yeah, well, no, I'm not talking about the first time. I didn't do it the first time. The first time he didn't turn my game off, but I'm in the routine now. And so that day he calls my name, and I'm like, shoot, I ran and got that whole thing wet. And he's like, oh, he looks at me like, oh, you done started a war. Well, I was out of that house, but I was gone. I thought he was going to hop off and come chase me. I was like, you ain't going to catch me in that. And he's upstairs. So they got a 2-story house. Let me tell you how fast I was running. I was running so fast because it was a double stair. It was a double stair. You had to go down and then go down another one. It's almost like a 3-story house, but it's just the way the stairs are made. So it's not just one stair. It's 2 right beside each other like that. And instead of running down and then, heck no, I started running down. I just hopped to the other side. That's how fast I was out of that house, Bubba. I was out of there. Did you hit him in the face with it? Yeah, bro. When he caught it, it hit him right in the face. Like when I threw it at him.
That's why he had to smear you, bro. That's why he had to smear you. In his mind,
maybe.
He said, you got me in the face, I'm going to get you in the face.
Maybe, bro.
Halas.
Maybe. I don't care,
said,
bro. I don't care.
He
hey,
said, yalla. He said, just wait.
Hey, he was wait. Not playing. Hey, listen. When he came at me at the party, when he came at me at the party and he went, and I was like, and I looked at him, I was like, oh, he could have got me, bro. And he was like, ha, 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 and he ran off. And I was like, I was like, bro, no, he was a little bully. But he did it to all of us. He even bullied his mom a little bit. I mean, it was just, but oof, when he did that, I was like, oh, bro. And you got to understand, 10, 11 years old, this is like life or death. This is X marks the spot. What's going on?
How old was he? I think I missed
I want to say he was 18 or 20. He was 6 or 7 years older than me, man. So at that time, when I was about 11, he was already, out of high school age. I just don't remember exactly how old he was.
Hulk, what up, bro? Stranger danger. We ain't seen you since Colorado, bro.
Yeah.
No. I've been here, bro. I've been.
We ain't seen you since Colorado.
Bro, the times y'all been coming on has been nuts. I'll go and be like, they ain't on. And then on, and it's been wild, bro.
Yeah.
I've had so much going on, brother. But yeah, I've been in here, though, in the chat. But yeah, God bless y'all. Good to see everybody, man.
How are you doing, Hulk? Are you I know the last time you were, are you hooping yet? You dunking yet or what?
Oh yeah. I'm not dunking, but I'm hooping, bro. Oh yeah, I'm hooping.
Oh.
I'm playing with my nephews, my 20-year-old nephews. They can. Oh yeah, brother, I'm hooping. But I start back playing volleyball too. Yeah, I'm doing great, man. I gained about 15 pounds of muscle since y'all see me. But yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good, man.
Yeah.
Hit the gym hard, man. Yeah, I'm feeling good, man. Really good.
Yeah. See, you out here jump in the cradle. You got yourself a little young thing, pretty young thing, like Michael Jackson used to
Yeah,
say.
man, left me to me, bro. Sure do.
You
Man,
got that Bitcoin
He's
brain,
building a
boy.
house and everything.
Hey, he got that Bitcoin brain. He knows how to talk to young girls. Like, I got Bitcoin. They know what that is.
Yeah,
like,
they know what
don't ask
Bitcoin
me.
is. If you,
they don't. She
hey, you
has
go
no
up.
clue what that is, really.
Hey, you go up to one of them and you show them green money, they're gonna be like, I'm not really sure what that is.
Yeah.
But if you say, I got them Bitcoin, they're like, okay,
I got a
let's
Bitcoin portfolio.
Portfolio.
XRP full of.
Oh man.
Good to see you guys. I'll miss y'all. Hey, I'll be in Texas though, for real.
Well, yeah, we're hoping you come. It's right as of right now.
There,
It should be the second week in December. Now you know how it usually goes, but that's that, man. That's
if we keep this up, we're gonna need you to actually get a spot in Texas.
What do you mean?
That might have to be a thing.
What?
Because the studio, bro, the studio is getting smaller and smaller with all the people starting to come.
Yeah, no, bro, trust me. It's like I told you, it's something I really want to do, and I'm telling you. And were you here, Dre? Were you here when I told you Mackenzie was offered they offered her a promotion?
I don't think so.
No.
Congrats, man.
Well, okay, well, but we're talking like basically double the pay, bro.
Yeah, because it was our supervisor or whatever, the sergeant or whatever he left or whatever the case may be. Something happened there. So is that the position that she's being offered?
No. So no, the person that was leaving, and it was the person that like oversaw like pretty much everything. That person left and they got a new person. Well, this new person came from somewhere, and he mentioned to her, he's like, hey, I got to be honest with you. You're a hard worker and I hate to lose you, but you know where I came from? And she's like, well, yeah. And he goes, man, just say the word. I'll get you in there like that. And the reason he's bringing it up is because of what they pay. And, you know, people will ask, well, why did he leave that to come over here? Well, the reason is because the position that he has pays the same no matter which one you work at. Pays the same, pretty much. So it doesn't matter. And they needed his help over here.
But if she goes over there, she has to leave the school.
Well, yeah, because she's going to be somewhere else. Yeah. Because she's going to be some.
Is that like the stopping point for her? I know she
loves
the kids.
Oh, she loves being around them. She loves being around them, but you know, it's just, you know, and I told her, I said, hey, with that license, you can do a lot with that license. You need to figure out which one you like. So when she got the opportunity to go up there, you know, she hopped on it because she wants to see like, what else can you do with this license? And she loves it to death, but it's something she can always go back to it later on. So the way she's looking at it is she's young, you know, she ain't weak. She can still do patrol for a lot more years. Man, there's ladies in their 40s and 50s still on patrol, but she's still got the energy. She can do plenty of years of that. And then she'll get back into that, you know, later on. But, you know, when that dude said, and by the way, they just got a pay raise and this is what it is right now. We're talking double the pay.
Yeah, I would definitely.
I mean, it's a no-brainer.
It's the time to hustle while you're young. You get all.
Yep, while you're young.
Buy old job. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So when that went, you know, well, first of all, that doesn't mean she's going to take it. She's thinking about it, but it was offered to her, so it's hers. She can take it if she wants it. But so she loves. What's up?
I was saying, how's your pool doing, man? Is it level?
What? Pool? The pool? Yeah. Pool oh yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We're rocking and rolling.
Good.
Yeah, we're just we're just so I know Big Net's not going to say anything, but he has a friend that is pretty much contemplating whether he's going to come down here and kind of help with the deck. It's not. I don't think. Go ahead, Ned.
I was going to say the blueprints are pretty much almost done, and then the material list will be done fairly soon too. I just talked to him this morning. He's he's still trying to figure out if that second week's going to work. But yeah, everything sounds like it's pretty good.
Yeah. So,
That's good.
yeah. So my wife got 2 quotes. I got 3. And I saw, and I'll tell you, I'm not lying. Dre has a buddy. I saw his work. I mean, it's pretty darn good. You know, the work that he does. And
Leo.
Yeah, and Leo gave me a quote, and let me tell you, Leo's quote is not bad. He 100%, I believe, was being very generous in the quote. I need to reach out to him, and I got to send him a message. But like I said, I don't know if this ordeal is in concrete or not. But as of right now, it seems though that it is. And my wife got 2 quotes, and one of them was, whew, boy, some of them people take dicks serious, boy. I mean, I couldn't believe how high that quote was. It's the highest one we've had. I mean, I'm just going to tell you, for a 50 by 50, the dude, for everything, for the labor, for the material, everything, it was $80,000.
Wow, bro.
And nobody's even giving me a quote, not even close to that. I mean, so far away. And so I'm like, who? So now I'm like, hold on, where's this guy located? So I find out where he works and everything. Bubba, that is what he charges. That is legit.
Bro, that's
and people,
crazy, bro.
I'm like, bro, I don't know who is paying you that. I don't know why they would pay you that.
Yeah.
And
no way,
so what I found out is he doesn't do it for a living, and he's young. He's like 25, 28 years old. But every, I think, 2 or 3 months, he does one somewhere. So he just basically he does a few of them a year, I guess, like for a side job. But basically, he is saying, I'm not doing it unless you pay me this much. So,
wow, bro.
I mean, that's just a lot.
You get a pool for that much.
I mean, you get everything for that much. Matter of fact, the last one, the last one he did, I know the old lady. I know the lady that. I mean, I know the family. And so I asked her, I said, did he really charge that much? She goes, pretty much. And I said, you could have got a whole underground pool. I mean, you could have got the whole thing. And she said 100%.
Yeah, for real.
I know, but she said at her age, this is what she said. She goes, I do not want to deal with ants or bugs on the ground. I want to be off the ground. So she on purpose chose to get I don't know what kind of pool. I didn't see the pool, but she chose a deck because she wants to be off the ground. I'm really not putting a deck in because I want to be off the ground. I'm doing it because the house sits up and I want it to be level with the house. So, yeah. But I get her point. I mean, dude, you're kind of away from all that. I get all that, but I ain't never seen a quote. Now the other quote she got from her other buddy actually wasn't bad. Because there's some people that they give some decent quotes, but I tell you, some people,
friend, bro, that did my deck 10 by 50 for like $10,000. He would travel and do your deck. So let me know something, boss. So he would travel and do your deck.
Yeah, well, that's why I went elsewhere. I mean, I went other places, and the 3 quotes that I got, that's just the 3 like close to home, what I'm calling close to home quotes, because I got a couple of other. I needed to see what people are charging. And like I said, Dre's buddy, I mean, immaculate. I mean, the work is immaculate, 100%. So that was not a waste of time getting in touch with that dude. He does some. I can just tell by looking. I was like, God, I don't know how you get that good, but that's pretty darn good. I mean, he even adds, dude. This dude puts I-beams and stuff. Like, I mean, it's crazy. Like, we're talking that's some real, like, boy, you can drive a car on his decks. You hear me? Like, geez, some real stuff right there. All right, guys, it's already 11. Thank you for listening to my life horror stories as growing up. But remember, if all thing fails, throw wet toilet paper. Okay. If all things fail, throw wet toilet paper.
Hey, when I was in a youth group when I was little, when we went to like a camp, we took toilet paper rolls, and we would pour alcohol all over it, like rubbing alcohol,
Mm.
and we would start it on fire, and we'd play this game called Fiery Footy, and we would literally we'd throw the flaming ball of toilet paper around and play catch with it.
The stuff
Catholics.
you will come. The stuff. Catholics. Are you listening to this dude? Are you listening to this dude, bro?
Hey man, we were anointed. We can't be hurt by the fire, bro.
That's
That's
right.
about the closest you got to the fire of the Holy Spirit, right?
That's
there.
right. Hey, they would make about 20 of those balls and kick them around and say the Hail Mary as the little beads on the necklace. Kick them around. All right, guys, we're out of here. We will see y'all in the morning. Today's Wednesday, so tomorrow, Dre, timeless Yeshua tomorrow. What?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
All right,
Tomorrow
yeah, we got to do.
because Friday I gotta go to that men's retreat thing. So
Okay, yeah. All right. Well, tomorrow I'm going to try to do it early again in the morning, and we are going to try to do a timeless Yeshua to marry. So if nobody,
Hey, wish Breezy happy birthday today. It's his birthday.
all right,
Man, we
Breezy,
don't
happy
even know who that is. Who is that?
Breezy, happy 22nd birthday.
Yeah. Don't get too never mind.
Yeah.
Um,
All right.
all
Anybody
right,
got any?
I'm out.
Anybody? All right. Anybody got anything else before we go? Say it now, forever hold your peace. No. All right, guys. We'll see y'all in the morning. God bless.